Snuff excited. Happy Snuffy version. Donne one yum, donne one yum, donne one yum. Yay, 34 months with our silly raccoon. Happy to be here. Snuffy dance. No birthing. 17,776 day was yesterday. Let's go anniversary sub already. Snuff yippee, snuff yippee, snuff yippee.
You're something special. Want you to know you are. Your makers must have kissed in cosmic dust. You're something special. You've got to know it's true. Could happen anything but right. You're you. You're something special. You got to shout it out. If there are doubts, then we will prove it out. You're something special. You are the little thing. You keep on grinning and this world keeps nagging. And if it ever starts to feel bad, little thing, it's easy to explain 'cause this world's not tame. And if it
I want to make sure everything is super good for this.
Snuffy. Comfy time.
Oh, thank you guys. Hold on. I'm still like clicking around and getting everything started. I have some fun stuff today, for things.
Hi Snuffy Snuff.
Hello. Okay, I think I got everything. I think I got everything. I say as I probably forgot something. Okay, got the book. Okay. Oh, and I forgot something. Wait, I forgot something. Wait, I gotta code something really fast. It's okay. It's just a replacing a file, though. You guys are gonna be so proud of me. I think I did pretty cool. Hold up. I have different versions of files, so I need to replace everything. I need to replace it with this one. Okay, I hope that didn't break them. Okay, I got everything pulled up. Bam! What's up? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Yeah. Oh my God! Thanks for liking my stupid bloopy doopy movie. my bloopy music. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people have said that they like some of the new jams I've been putting on, which is nice. I thought that, you know, like eventually my playlist has like over 2,000 songs in it, and I just feel like, not, you know, it just differs a lot, and that was okay for a while, but like sometimes I'm like, this is way too like maybe vocal or like just upbeat or too slow, and I was like, man, I'm gonna make a new playlist that's just like good music in the background, I guess, just good chilling music, so it's not too like overwhelming. It's not gonna be like the same song looped over and over, and there's a bunch of still different stuff. Birthday! Happy! Skippy is still fucking celebrating birthdays. Anybody birthday in chat, happy birthday. Happy April 8th. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it was your birthday yesterday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, good day for birthdays. Birthday raid. Oh, Miss Fran, you're so sweet. It's my birthday. Oh my gosh, happy birthday, Miss Gods. Happy birthday, everybody. Oh my god. They're I don't know. I'm kind of interested. I put a lot of effort into the Warriors read through so far. So once we finish the first book, I probably will ask if everybody wishes to continue the series for a little bit. Or if not, I'll probably start a separate book. If you guys would rather, you know, like 2 different kinds. If you want to like get your hands wet in other genres rather than children's media. But I really haven't. I feel like Warriors is pretty good. It's something people can go back to for nostalgia, or people can get into very easily because it's, you know, all ages and stuff like that. But regardless, I'm definitely open to reading. I've been reading before bed, so I feel like it's just something that's very relaxing to share with people, and I do think making an audiobook is pretty cool. I don't know. I don't want to like... It's very hard for me to admit that I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of my voice. I feel like that's... I shouldn't have like an ego for something you're like born with. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I just feel like it's, you know, I'm like blushing at myself, you know? So I like that. I like to, I don't know. Audiobooks was something I kind of never thought that I could do or get into, but I'm proud of myself for that because I do like it now. I'm gonna tab into this. Oh my gosh, things are happening. My alerts are just fucking my big fat ass in the screen. Oh my god, Rand just subscribed. Well, okay. Hello! I did want to make a quick announcement to you guys that the YouTubes was actually extended! So I think the original end date for purchasing was on the 10th, April 10th, but I do believe somebody just bought it. Oh my god, thank you. We have until the 17th now, I think. We got an extension by another week, so if you guys weren't able to snag it, it is now, you get a few extra days, but after that, it is gone for good, so do not forget to get it. It will never come back. This is your one chance to get me in a sexy acrylic formation of my likeness. Yeah, so I just want to let you guys know, big news. We have an extra week now, so if you guys couldn't snag it, now you can! Get it snagged! Snag it! Yeah, I don't really want to brag. I just think it's really fucking cute, okay? It is literally the cutest. The pose is so cute. The face is so cute. The little curator is so cute. It's just so cute. My little ribbons, all the sparkles. I don't remember if it glows in the dark. I don't remember if it can do that. I think it would, if it could do that, it was probably advertised and it just can't. But I remember that was maybe something I talked about, was that like the freckles could glow or something. I don't think that could happen. Just use your imagination. Yeah. Or like hollow out her face and put like a light in it and carve her face like a pumpkin, so then it will glow. Yeah, make that shit radioactive. Put it in a reactor. Okay, so I want today to be honestly a chill stream. I don't know if this is something I'm gonna maybe put some effort into. Hold on. Oh my god. Get out of the way. You're not supposed to be here. Your queue isn't on yet. Who let him in? Who let this guy in here? Sorry. It's my time on this stage, actually. Okay, so cause like, okay, how do I say this? I want to relax unboxing stream. That's like basically it. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it, but I want like, usually I'm very chaotic and silly and loud and stuff like that. But I would want a stream day at least when we read that's like the cozy day. So in case anybody, you know, because some people want to come in for the ASMR, but if the whole stream is kind of everywhere and we only have like one section of ASMR, then like, I don't know, that seems contradictory to me. You know what I mean? So today I'll probably just chill and talk to you guys, and then we'll move on to the book reading. And in case you... Thank you. Thanks for getting the figure. Thank you so much. In case you guys... What was I going to say? Something about... Oh, in case anybody's not able to get to the book reading, we do have Ube who cuts up the audio and publishes it on... I don't know where he publishes it. I don't remember if he puts it on like YouTube or if he has like his own website that he links people. But yeah. He does have that put together, so if you guys ever want to go through the chapters or hear the book, there will be like an official retelling audio version. There'll be the supercut Warriors Book 1 Into the Wild Snuffy reread. You know what was really weird that I saw the other day that I was listening to for books? I was doing research for my big video about Venice, and I was reading about Sir Casanova and his many escapades, because as you know, Casanova is actually from Venice. So, I was trying to read, and he obviously wrote a book himself about his own life, so I was like, well shit, I gotta read that, because it's the most credible source you can get. And I found out that Benedict Cumberbatch actually did a live reading of that book as like an audiobook. That was really random. I was just going to read, I was like looking for Casanova's book, and it was just like, oh, you wanna listen to the Benedict Cumberbatch reread of Casanova's autobiography? And I was just like, what? What? I didn't know he did audiobooks. It was like a decade ago, so I just thought that was kind of a strange thing. Bingle dingle cumber bingle. I also was too nervous to... sorry, my chug of water, my big metal pipe of water is literally so heavy, I can't put it on my desk without, like,
50 years.
making it sound like that. Melis, thank you guys so much. I will thank everybody in just a second. Thank you so much, Mr. Melis. Thank you. I keep forgetting my train of thought. I'm so freaking sorry. I was just talking about Benedict Cumberbingle. What did I say? Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was too afraid to put it in the ASMR category. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the big buy. Thank you so much. Because I feel like I'm not really great at ASMR, and people, like, I'm a separate category. You know, I'm not one of the, like, I don't got the 3D audio, and I'm not doing like the tippy taps or the head scritches or anything like that. So I don't know if I like count as ASMR. I just felt self-conscious. This is as close as we get right now. So I'm gonna say it's ASMR, but like not like, I'm not like licensed, you know? Ear lick me, dude, that was one of my top clips for so long, was the earlobe licking clip. People are gross, dude. Let me clean your ears. I wish I had more items of just, I would pull out like a really heavy equipment, like one of those drills they have at the dentist's. Like, here I come, gonna clean your ears out. And it's just like the loudest, most highest pitch, like whirring noise. Oh, I know, Mooglemog. I just am so self-conscious in myself because I'm not, I don't know. I would love to like practice more, or even have like a 3D audio or something somehow. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Dentist ASMR roleplay. I would enforce everybody's like fear of the dentist. There's not a single person who's not afraid of the dentist, right? Are you guys afraid of the dentist? You're not afraid? You've gotten over it? What? Like how? Just by like a lot of visits or like experience, or you saw the worst of the worst? You were like, eh. I had 7 root canals and 12 cavities. They can't do anything. They can't touch me anymore.
It's so weird. It's like our time together is just us.
I know, I haven't been to the dentist in a few years. I really gotta go. I've got a bad cavity, I think on the top of my like left top left, you know? It hurts. Anytime I treat myself to like a sweet treat. Okay, when I say years, I mean like 3. Maybe 3. Okay, that's not like 12, not like 8 years, okay? I got a cleaning like 3 years ago, and then I moved pretty far away from my old dentist, so I just been no, guys, no, don't I know. I got to go. That's what got me my root No, guys. Every time I get like a minor headache, I'm like, this is it. The infection has spread into my blood and I'm going to die. That's how bad it is. I'm just so worried that one day it's gonna get me. This is the big one. A dental cavity. The TMJ, I know. It's instant death. I know. I feel the poison damage from my teeth. Somebody just purchased a Snuffy. Oh my god, double Snuffies. I look how it just says somebody just purchased Snuffy. To the highest bidder I go. New gig, guys. Sorry, I just got bought out. See you later. Pack it up. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my tea really quick. I got some teas for the reading. One sec. Or bees sent to your house for 8 years. Dude, did you guys see the the animation that October made of Mr. Sting? I forgot to post the clip of my Sting debut on Twitter, so I was like, oh my god, this is great. I like blushed so hard because I know it was the stupidest thing, but like I was low-key proud of myself. Thank you so much for getting the U2s. Thank you. So I thought that it was just really nice to have like something I was really proud of be so well received that somebody wanted to make it into such a beautiful animation, and I literally was kicking my feet. Oh, I want to show it to everybody. I wanted to go to my parents' on Easter and just like show them and be like, look at it. Look at this. This is me, and this is a thing that I did that was really funny. Oh my god, give me a little bit. Oh my god, Pookie Wookie. Hello, beautiful, sexy, fellow gorgeous raccoon woman. Oh, I just want to be in your arms and look at you in your beautiful eyes. Oh. I just started. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hold on, I'm sipping my hot tea. Today we're going to be reading books, so we're kind of on the download today. We're chilling a little bit, keeping it kind of quiet and calm. Oh my god, wait, I'm missing... Where are my freaking clouds? Hold up, wait. I fucked it. Something's fucked. My wizard code. Ah, frick. I think I fucked it. What did I do with the files? Did I change the files? Did I change the original file? Oh my god, no. It's not. It's just a super minor. Oh, somebody just bought the U2s. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hold on. Oh, Eric, thank you so much for gifting Camilla a sub. Thank you so much. Fuck. I gotta double check if I fucked up this HTML file. should be this one. No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't. I think I just gotta change it. Hold up. I gotta change the location, I think. I think so. This might either fuck it up or vice versa. Fuck up the other thing I got going on. Here we go. There we go. Got my clouds back. Okay, sorry, what did I miss? Actually, speaking of what did I miss, let me thank everybody for everything that you guys have done. Doran!
Sweet chitters and cat lore.
Doran, we were just talking about you the other day. I think me and Ran, we were kind of just like nodding and talking, and I don't know why, but I just there was a point where like we were like, you know, I always forget that Doran's got a robot hand, and I was like, dude, yeah. It was not threatening. We were just thinking about it. We were just like, that's crazy. Doran's got a robot hand. It's fucking awesome. It is crazy. It just, I always forget. And then every time I'm just like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, he does. You guys, if you don't know, Doran is so cool. His VTuber persona is a little toy robot. And it's really cute because it goes along with that he has a real toy robot hand. It's Fisher Price brand. No, I'm just kidding. But it is really cool. You know, he was just doing a V-card opening stream the other day. And if you guys watch that kind of stuff, you can see he's got a really cool piece of metal on his hand. I think it's really cute and really inspired that he does stuff that's like, you know, comes out from the soul. It reflects who you are. I agree. Yeah, actual bionicle guy. It's awesome. Does it turn into a laser? It looks like something that you could like switch out like that, you know? Like it could like shift into something else. Like he's got the hand and then it can shift into like a paper cutter or something. It's badass, yeah. Yeah, like Mega Man. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the resub, Doran. I appreciate you. You're such a good friend. Thank you so much. 59 months too. Holy shit, thank you, man. Ari, thank you again so much for gifting us up to Kamina. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I know I'm a little late on that, but thank you guys so much. Melis, thank you so much for the 50 months. I appreciate you so much, homie. Thank you for everything you've done for the community. Dreamweaver, thank you so much for 63 months. That's an insanely long time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pato, there was something I wanted to say to you yesterday or something. I think you said something and I wanted to throw a brick at you. I don't know. That happens a lot. Thank you so much for 18 months, Mr. Pato. Oh my god. I think we were talking about how we're gonna watch Witch Hat Atelier in Discord. Which I think I'm gonna do Friday or Saturday maybe. And Pato was like, I think we should finish the ones that we didn't finish months ago. And I was just like, no. I just want to be like, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, but no, we're not gonna do. Come on, we were like one episode. We were like, we got it all but one. Come on, come on. If you guys want to watch the end, go freaking Google it. Oh, I'm gonna borrow from Rand's big pile of bricks. That's a good business. Head-seeking brick-throwing business. Thank you so much to Leafy Storm, so much for the 42 months. Thank you, Aziz, for the 49 months. Ari, thank you so much for gifting us up to Miss Ran. Oh, yay. Anonymous, thank you so much for gifting us up to Jessie Jesta. Thank you so much. Tumbleweed, thank you so much for the 62 months. Super long time. Holy shit, this might be the longest one so far. Real anime hours, 68 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh god, 70 months is coming up. I'm getting sweaty. Tom, thank you so much for the 61 months. Sig the Figure, thank you so much for the 57. Unurai with the 45 months, thank you so much. To Keaton as well for the 59 months. Lots of long subs today. Aegis, thank you so much for the 52 months. Manfred, thank you for the 41. Potato King, thank you so much for the 32 months. Cherry Black, thank you so much for the 25 months. Double A, thank you so much for the 59 months. Melkin, thank you so much for the 26. The 34, sorry. And Skits, thank you so much for the 34 months. Macrocas, thank you so much for the 6 months. Mr. Simple, thank you so much for the 1 year. 1 year, thank you so much. And our first sub of the day was QDPQBQ with the 55 months. Thank you guys so much for all the resubs. Thank you guys for buying the figure today and everything. Thorwartha, thank you so much for the 10 months, by the way. Okay, and that catches us up. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna take a big sip now. I love potatoes. Shout out to fat boys that look pregnant. I locked him out of here. I should look if he's here or not. He ran out of my room when I got my tea, so I was like, fine, if you wish to be left to the, like, what's that thing in, what is, this is the only thing I know about Bloodborne. What is, you know, like, everybody's, like, trapped in their house, I guess, right? That's, like, the whole thing in Bloodborne. Everybody's, like, in their home and you walk up to the door and talk to them or something. That's, like, I've seen that. So, like, that's what I'm like. I'm like, okay, fine, Potato, if you want to go outside to the ungodly horrors, aka the females, then Godspeed, sir. Oh my god, yeah, oh my god. Okay, I'm watching Rand's Kid, you guys. Nobody say anything that's not child appropriate for the next, like, I don't know, 6 minutes in the microwave. He's a kitty pet now. Yeah, he's a kitty pet. He's so spoiled. Oh my god, guys, watch your tone. Watch your tone. No swearing. I feel strange. Like, I just know she probably put me on the TV and I'm like towering over this child right now. What if I scare him? What if I'm just like... Do you think he likes that? Or do you think he got freaked out by that? Like, they don't understand like a general concept of fear other than maybe like what is just striking to a baby, like alarming. So maybe he likes when you make like crazy noises because it's like pleasing to him. They like dancing fruit on the screen. Oh my god. I just gotta do that. I just gotta be my little dancing fruit on the screen. Oh, little baby, do you like this? Do you like it? I don't know, maybe I feel like I can hear the baby crying in the distance. Maybe he hates that. Get the fly swatter. Wait, I still have the Mr. Stig. Maybe the baby doesn't like bees. Maybe that was really upsetting. Oh no! Dude, just imagine the first time you were ever stung by a bee. Imagine the betrayal you probably felt. I feel like I remember mine. I feel like I was a little older, maybe like 8 or something, or 6. I think I tried to like grab it, or like I was holding a bee and I was like, oh my god. And then it just fucking stung me, and I think I remember screaming, like screaming. Yeah, it definitely was like my first traumatic experience. Right next to watching my mom like trip on a brick and fall down the stairs. I should not laugh at that, but it's always good to laugh at your traumas. Yeah, my mom tripped on a brick and fell down the stairs, and I was blamed for leaving the brick on the stairs, so it's really traumatizing. It all comes back to throwing bricks at people again. Yeah, I know. I was so upset. I did not actually remember if I left the... I don't think I was playing with bricks on the stairs. Come on. I was too busy eating ants off the floor to be playing with bricks. I know. No wonder I mentioned bricks so much. I've always been using them as an object of harm ever since I was an infant. Oh... Did you bite them? No, I think I would lick them though. I think I remember that I really liked, like, this is a crazy thing to remember, but I think I remember really liking to lick a brick because it was sort of the first time I ever experienced what happens when an object gets wet. Like, how you notice, like, water changing the color. And, like, I was so enamored by that. Just, like, the more that I licked it, the darker the brick would become, and it would, like, change and stuff. So I remember being, like, I was conducting science, guys. It wasn't weird. It was a formative learning experience. I was like, just like putting my finger to my chin being like, wow, exquisite. It's almost as if these two different elements interacting each other create some sort of reaction. But I was also like 5 and I was just like, bleh. Same thought though, just different, different way of saying it.
Sensational.
I was drinking my tea. Oh, hold on. I gotta give myself one of my little treats. I like to have a little lozenge when I talk for reading streams. I have never cared about throat safety until that time I broke my throat. I know. Yo, brother, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who up lozing they edge? Lozentilla edge. She called me the throat clearer. I don't know. Straight lozenging it. Lozenging it. Lozenging it. Okay. What did I also want to talk about today? Oh yeah, oh my god, which had a tallier. Ha. Guys, if you weren't already convinced to join my Discord to watch One Piece together, which we're still gonna do, now we also have Witch Had a Tellier. And I watched it with my friends because I couldn't wait. This is literally, I've been looking forward to this for like the last 5 years. And oh my god, you guys, it's gotta be one of the best animes I've ever seen. It's up there. It is up there. I don't know what it is when women decide to write like mangas, like Dungeon Meshi, but it's super up there. It's just like every part about it is phenomenal. It's generational, 100%. I can't wait to get you guys into it. I won't spoil it. I just want everybody to enjoy it, and I think it's great. The music, the characters, the animation is just beautiful. I didn't even know that the person who composed Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring's music was the person doing it until somebody mentioned it on Twitter, and I was just like, what? That's crazy. I've never really played those games, but they did phenomenal. When I listened to it, it sounded like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and I play that soundtrack on stream like all the time. I love it. I love those like big tooty bagpipes and the flutes, the little like bard music and stuff. Oh, it's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. I know, I bust. Oh, somebody about that figure. Oh my god, I looked away and I almost freaking missed it. Thank you so much. I busted out my manga and I started rereading it. It's crazy. So yeah, I'll probably be watching that this weekend, and
Snuffy,
I gotta find a
have you
day
seen
for
the
One
Colorado
Piece.
Rocky Squizilla? It's a 2-football pork hot dog meant for the real fans.
I think I saw that too. I was gonna tweet about it and be like, what is something about Scrandle? I'm really tempted to do some scranning today, but I don't want to get too heated, you know what I mean? I will also say something about the Discord is I almost forgot this last time we did a Warrior Cats reading, and I apologize, but I found the files looking for my, while I was coding, and I gasped and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot. Oh, another purchase! Thank you so much! Thank you for buying a Snuffy! Thank you! I have this. Look! They've already begun. If you wish to, I have it open during stream, but we have like a little drawing website if you guys want to zone out and just do some doodles and make a little memory with everyone. I have them all saved, and I hope we can go through them when we're done. But yeah, if you guys want to leave your mark, you do have to make an account just so you can be held accountable for your sins. You know, I want people to be, you know, considerate, so, you know, don't take up too much space. Don't draw anything inappropriate and stiff, but everybody's always been really chill about it, so... I have some of our past drawings. Let me show you. This was, I think this was our first one. This was our first ever Warrior Cats. We did the prologue up to chapter 5.
55 months of
and this
snuff.
was everybody's doodles they did. It was beautiful. I love it so much. There's so many good K-pop. Yeah, it's so good. So, I decided I'm gonna leave it up for the entire stream just to get people, you know, if they really want to go at it or not wait till later. But yeah, I have 2 other ones too that we did. That was the first one. This was our second one. Oh my god, it's huge. Oh my god. This was our second one. I like the Snuffy cat. Ooh. Very good. I appreciate you guys always for leaving these. And here was our last one we did. Oh my god, the Snuffy cat! I just can't. It's so cute. It's so cute, you guys. So yeah. If you guys want to join, the link is in the stream channel on Discord. I'm sure the mods can be posted if you guys have drowned it out or anything. I didn't want to pin it because it's gonna change, but right now for the book, figure. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to be reading chapter 22 up until the end, and I don't know how many chapters the end is. The last chapter is... this one's long, holy crap. Oh, chapter 1? Huh? Does it give us the chapter of the next? Oh, it does. It gives us the first chapter of the next book. Oh my god, wait, is this the last chapter? Oh my god, chapter 25 is the last. But we're kind of... There's only a few pages of chapters, I guess. Yeah, we got a free preview if you guys want to have a free preview. So, I did want to talk about, before we get too into Warrior Cats, though, can I just say that it's crazy that I feel like I decided randomly, like, you know what? It was the 3 a.m. Patreon night, and I said I was going to do variety anime. And I don't know what it is, but somebody said something about, like, watching One Piece. And I was like, you know what? You know what? You know what? Fine. Let's watch One Piece, I guess. I'll watch live action One Piece just so I can laugh at it. And I got so into it that I've been watching it obsessively since with my community. And I feel like when I got into it, now my Twitter, I told you, is gonna be nothing but One Piece, and it is. But now there's just like a bunch of random like shit happening. I mean, not random, because it's obviously a huge, wildly popular anime, if not like the most popular. But I just feel spoiled because I'm like, wow, like there's like a remake where they're basically like amping it up, and like the animation is gonna be like way better, and they're like pruning all the like weird old anime filler nonsense and stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Cause like I've been thinking about it. I was like, maybe I should watch the anime. And then every time I watch one of the live actions, somebody will post like, oh, by the way, this is what that character looks like in the anime. And I'm just like, maybe I don't want to watch it. Maybe it is slightly too goofy for me. I don't know. I kind of like the cinematic vibe of the live action. But if they're like amping it up and making it a bit more modern, I think it'll be more fascinating to look at these days. So I'm really excited. I might actually try watching the remake and stuff like that. There was something else. Oh my god, yeah, there's like the Popeyes One Piece collab. I really hope that's happening because I want to try it. The same studio that did Agents of the Four Seasons, which just came out, and I'm gonna pull you into watching it too. I've never heard of that, but it sounds cool. Yeah, the gum gum fruit drink. Skippy, what is that? Nobody has ever posted that in this chat in my life. What? Does it even work anymore? I think they removed that emote, dude. Why? Skippy just knows things. Like, I think he just knows how to be toxic in the craziest fucking way. I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you so much for buying the figure. Thank you. Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Now he's talking about Gears of War. Okay, he's actually rage baiting. My son is the best rage baiter. Where did he whatever. I'm not gonna get rage baited by this bot in my chat.
By the ghost of agency's past.
The ghost of agency's past that I was never part of. Why is that in my chat? Where did he know what that is? How did he know? He's too clever. He's too fucking clever. Okay. So I really want to get the One Piece meal. I'm trying not to get spoiled. There was something else that I kind of like closed one eye and peeked at, which was like, did you guys see that? Is this what One Piece fans have been exposed to these days? I saw there's One Piece X NBA acrylic standees. And like Luffy is like wearing the Lakers jersey. Like, you haven't seen that? Wait, let me show you. Dude, wait, nobody Google it. You gotta see it here first. Dude, look at this. It goes crazy. All of the people are wearing like different like teams and stuff, I think. Yeah, here we go. One Piece NBA. I think it was this one. Look at that. This is from like November last year, but they're releasing like acrylic standees now. There's probably better photos. I just don't know what to Google. Yeah, I'm like looking at it with one eye because I'm just like, I don't think I understand anything I'm looking at. I don't know what's going on. Everybody looks kind of weird and there's people I don't even recognize. Wait, was that Shanks? Oh my god. Is that him with the red? No, don't tell me. Who even is the rest of these people? I'd never even seen. Where's Chopper? He doesn't play ball. Chopper got no game. Okay. You'll find out. Smile. Thank you for not telling me. I only speak in rhetorical questions because I love theories. I love theorizing shit so hard that literally I read one Discord message in my guild today and I like spent the last 2 hours like mulling it and like pacing in my house. And it took every physical strain to not start like typing on my phone to be like, no guys, I think this is my big news for Final Fantasy XIV this weekend. I think we're having the Con Fan Fest. I think it's this weekend or it's next weekend, and there'll probably be big news about the game. So everybody's been kind of theorizing where it's gonna go and like the lore, and I keep wanting to like, I can't stop. I have to think it over. It's not until the 24th. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Frick! Okay, well it's soon. It's soon. But yeah, God, I wish I could talk about it with you guys, but only like 10 of you would understand. Lots of thoughts. But I can't because it'll never be correct anyway. Did you do the Easter event? Sure feels like they hinted at the combat rework. No, I didn't. I literally saw the Easter item and I was like, that's not enough of a reason to log in again. I haven't been playing that much, honestly. I probably won't even finish the raid tier. I don't know. I think I'm retired again. Hanging up my hat. I have too much going on, and con season is about to start, so I feel like this is always when I kind of die down in the game for a bit. But it is at that like lull of content anyway. Oh, I really gotta, yeah, Beastmaster coming up. I gotta get back into it. I gotta sniff the lures. Okay. You did the event 4 times? Wait, what was it? How did you do it 4 times? Was it like a game? Like a mini game? Did you do the new criterion? Yeah, the new criterion was the last thing I did. I did like the new criterion in the like 2nd difficulty. There's an instance mini game? Is it over? It's probably over, isn't it? I love the mini games they do for the events. I really liked the Valentine's Day one. Oh, it's over. Dang it. Oh well. Oh well, you can't do everything. I've also been like vibrating off the edge of my seat right now because if you guys are still playing other games, Sky is having a new event in a few days. I think starting on Friday. They're doing their Days of Earth or whatever the fuck. I don't remember what it's called. Days of Nature. And it's like water themed, like cleaning up the waters and stuff, and you get a lot of cool water stuff. And then shortly after that, in about a week, like I don't know what's in the fucking water these days, dude. But in a week, they're starting the new season for the Battle Pass, and it's called Days of Carnival. And it's just a bunch of fucking jesters and people in like Harlequin and like laces and ruffle. What? What? Like what? It is so perfect. I know, it's so perfectly me. I'm literally bouncing off the walls. Like I've been waiting for the theater troupe spirits to come back because they came back shortly after I started, or before I started playing. And I wanted the jester one with his little hat for so long. And they're like, don't worry, babe, he's not coming back. We got new guys for you. We got a whole new set of dudes that are all dressed up like that. And it's all brand new and sparkly and dyeable. And I'm just like on the floor, literally. Oh, it looks so great, you guys. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see. So I've been really excited to play more Sky. I finally have so much immense drip that every day I log in, I just change my outfit. Because I'm like, phenomenal work. Oh my gosh, Callie, sweet Callie. I pet you on the head, sweet girl. My sweet, sweet, beautiful girl. Like a little kitty. I know, I was yearning so long for like a good wardrobe. Wait, let me show you guys the Days of Carnival. I feel like you guys will like be like, whoa. Whoa. Oh my god, I didn't even see this one. Oh my god, it's gonna be on like a giant ship? Wait, that's so cool. What the heck? A carnival cruise? Oh my god, I've never been on a cruise. But I thought they posted pictures showing it off. Am I crazy? Where are the photos? I need a photo. I was gonna show you guys what the outfits look like. I usually find them on like TikToks and stuff like that, so. Dang. Oh well. But they look cute, okay? Trust my word for it. Now, anyway, I think that's like all the dang stuff that I've got going on. I want to show you guys what I've prepared for you. Wait, actually, did I post it in the Sky channel at all? I might have. Oh my god, I did. Wait, I put this one in here. Okay, here's this. I don't think this is all of it, but look how cute this is. They even made like a little Howl, like Howl's Moving Castle, like coat and stuff, and you get like this cute little like ruffly thingy. I think all the guys have like bird themed masks. which is okay, but like the outfits are so cute. There's other stuff. Like this one doesn't show you the outfits, but the outfits are really cute. Yeah, Puffin. One of them is a Puffin. It's really cute. You guys should play Sky. It's amazing. Love that game. They've been doing some really fun stuff with it lately. I really liked how both winter and into spring had like, they changed kind of like how the world looked. So like all the areas were snowy, and then like when spring hit, all the areas had like blooming flowers everywhere. It was so cute. I think even the Valentine's Day had like kind of some romance. It was like half melted snow, half flowers. It was really cute. It was a really cute like ease into it. I love that. Ugh, my big water. Ugh. It's too heavy. Yeah, I'll boot it back up again. It's so cozy. I've been playing some Uma too. Been having fun with the new scenario. I kind of gave up tryharding in Uma though. Actually, speaking of freaking Uma tryharding, actually, I take it all back. Yesterday night, I did it. I got my first ever S+ Uma. I know. I'm so excited. First ever S+ scenario with Kurin-chan the other day. Yup. I'm so excited. Thank you. I know. Yep. It was pretty cool. I was proud of myself. I just decided to, like, I used to think I was really unlucky because I would only pull Guts cards, but now Guts is, like, really good, so I'm just, like, I just throw them in there. I'm just like, okay, here's, like, 2-3 speed cards and eat up all these Guts. Eat your Guts! And it worked out, I guess, so it was pretty good. Okay. I'm really proud to show you. Okay, check this out, guys. Check this out. Fuck. Fuck! Wait, it's somewhat ruined. I knew I was gonna mess up the original file. The clouds aren't supposed to be here. I gotta get the. Hold on, let me remove those. Let me remove those ones. Is it cute though? Hold on, I'll show you it in a sec. Now this is gonna bug the crap out of me. I gotta figure out why the clouds are here. Yep. Okay, I see why. It's in here, and then it's in the coding, and then it's here. Oh, I see why. Okay, I see why. I have 2 different versions of the file, but OBS is really stupid, and if you change something that's technically something that exists on another scene, it'll just change it for that scene too. So even though I have like the warrior cap file for this, it changes it to this one too. See, now there's no clouds. Even though they're 2 separate files, it's because they're the one. I gotta just add a new one. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm just blabbering to myself now. Oh wait, I gotta change this too. Hold on. Don't look at this for too long. Actually, close your eyes right now. Close them. Okay, on the count of 3, you can reopen them. Okay, don't open them. Okay. Okay, 1. Oh shit! Wait. Wait. Why is he like this? Why is he like this? Shh. Okay, wait. Don't hurt yourself. Hold up. Why is he cropped? Girl, why are you so cropped? Hold on. Okay, what is... Why is Gray Paws okay, but his is not okay? Okay, you can open your eyes. I just don't know why he's cropped all weird. thing. He's a stick. Hold on, what if I just say... Oh my god. He's fine. Chad, he's fine. I just have to make him huge. That's good enough. Good enough, buddy. Okay, it's all good. Okay. Anyway, so I made this. I might edit it a bit. I mean, I didn't make this. I made like all of this together. I put it together. I brewed the stew, but I didn't grow the vegetables. So the icons here and the background was actually done by Oni Melly, or Melly I call him. And they have been working with me since we started reading to make these assets. And I have more to show you guys. Maddie Weenie Des is the one who made my overlay and stuff that I always use for my little stage. So I put them together and I did my little coding stuff to make them all move like I always have done. I brought in the spotlight from the Mr. Sting performance so it kind of looks like a stage play. And I'll be over here like narrating. Which I think is really cute. You know, I'll pull out my book. I'll be narrating and stuff. I kind of want to add a little bit more to this, but there are different versions as well. So, for example, if I'm somehow clairvoyant enough to know this, we can make things, let me see, I gotta lock all this stuff so I don't fuck it up. Wait, what? How is this one on? Oh, right, because that's why. Because this one's... No. Eh? I promise I'm good at what I do. Okay. I gotta, like, bring it down. Okay. See, look. In a way it'll be smoother when I do it for real, okay? See, look. And then you can like make it go up really fucking slow. Thanks guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so you know, this one's like the day and the night and the day and the night and honestly, I could probably just like do that and it's fine. But yeah, and then we have other ones. We have, wait, where are they? Oh my god, right. Right, they're all above me in the sky. Wait, fuck, I have to get them all down. Boom. This is 4 trees, so every time the cats have the annual meetings between the clans, here, wait, there's another one. We have this one, where all the clan leaders are addressing the kitties and stuff like that. So, right now we just have 2 students, but Melly said they were always down to make more for other occasions if we needed to, but we figured these were the most important going onward, is 4 trees and ThunderClan Camp. So, yeah, I thought that was cool. Okay, I'm really proud. I think it's really cute. I don't know, maybe you guys think so too. I'm gonna try my best to make it a little bit more polished in the future, but given the time, I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Davish. Oh, stop, you guys. Oh, stop. Oh. I appreciate your guys' kindness. I wish I had the version of my model that wasn't like borked. Cause then I have, you know what? Let me pull it back out again. There was a version of this model that I had that I changed the book to be, Warrior Cat book. Let me see. How borked was it? I think I overdid one of the line so it kind of bled into another layer. Let me see. Maybe it's an okay job. Oh, oh wait. Oh, it's my mouth. That's what it is. I think I fucked up the layering to my mouth. But I have my book that I drew. But I have my little book that I drew. I drew it myself and I changed the layers. What do you think, you guys? Maybe it's worth it. You know, maybe it's not so bad. It just kind of looks like I ate something. I was eating ass before I read this book. Sorry, guys. I did not clean up. Ow! Sorry, I slammed my water into my freaking mini packaging of pills that I use to pump myself up. What? Skibby's gonna send you guys to Sentinel Island. The fuck? Warrior cats? I don't even understand what's happening. Okay. I'll probably maybe get to reading now, if that's okay with you guys. Our little read. Oh, you know what? I am gonna add the U2's thing in here really quick. I forgot about that. It doesn't make no noise, so... I don't know if I'll shout you guys out if you get it. I just want to know, though, if you do get it while I'm doing this. I appreciate you, like, a lot. I appreciate you so much. Okay, you know what? I have an idea. I have a huge, big brain idea. I immediately go to Obe and be like, Obe, can you please, can you please help me? Okay. Okay, I'm sure he can work on that while we do stuff too, so... All it needs is just like a cleaning up, because if you, for like live 2D, if you mess up the layering even a little bit, it's gonna bleed into another like part of the texture, because it's just like regular texturing, you know, like on a 3D model even. You get one PNG file, and it's just all of your layers, like, and then you slap them all together and blah 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 blah. So if you edit a little pixel and you accidentally go a little bit off the screen, it's gonna bleed into another part of the model. It's stressful. I tried to do it so meticulously too. Oh yeah. I was thinking, I really wanted to show you guys the background, so I wasn't sure if I could put the drawing anywhere. Oh my god, here's the progress. Here's progress. Here's the gang's depictions. But I do have it on like the AFK screen, which I thought was very cute, and I kind of might keep that because I feel like that's so fucking cute, guys. Anyway. We got the curator's designated dirt protection area. Shoveling into that. Okay. Oh babe, if you're here, just let me know or let K-Day know, and I'm sure either of you guys combined while I'm reading, I can reload the model file with the new texture pretty easily. Okay, I might take a quick little wizard break, a little wizzy whiz for a young wizard. Might take a young fat wizzy break, before we get started, and then I'll probably get to reading and we will finish the first book. I'm really excited. I'll give you guys, before we start, I'll also give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what just happened and what, and yeah, we'll just kind of go over like previously on the last episode. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go cast a Aqua stream inside of my porcelain throne. I'll be right back. Hello, gang. I've returned. Bow, 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 bow. I just sound like Foxy from FNAF. Bow, 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 bow. Time to find some 8 hours gentle rainforest for sleep meditation yoga. I don't need it to be raining. Calming forest bird nature sound. Okay. This is okay. I think this is fine. Okay. So. Oh, I'm gonna change the stream title now, so I better know. Okay. Engage. ASMR Snuffy and oh wait, I should fix my microphone. This might take a moment. Hold on. Okay. 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 I'm putting my wand away. Can I read and hold you? Oh my god, wait. This doesn't make any sense, but it can happen. It doesn't make any sense, but this is what we're gonna be doing. Okay. Everything is in place. I think I'm all good now. Okay. Yay! Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're on chapter 22. We have 3 chapters until the end, plus 1 bonus chapter of the first book, or the first chapter of the second book. So, last chapter we said goodbye to Ravenpaw, if you guys remember. Tiger, whatever the fuck his name is. What's his name? Tiger Claw. Yeah, Tiger Claw is freaking plotting against his own poor apprentice, I think. And his life is in jeopardy because lies are being told about him. And Greypaw and Firepaw both decided to escort him to the barn where the stray cat Barley lives, and they said that you would be safe there, and they said their goodbyes, and I think that was it. They had to venture out there. So they got Ravenpaw to safety, and I think something was going on with Shadow Clan. I don't know. Did they get... I think the kits are missing. Yeah, they killed Spotted Leaf. Spotted Leaf is dead. The medicine cat for ThunderClan and Firepaw's potential love interest died. They got him. Yeah, I can't believe they got him. They got Spotted Leaf and they took Frost Fur's kits. So they decided before they had time to go into Shadow Clan to try and find the kids, they had to get Ravenpaw to safety before he was also killed. So things are tense, honestly. Things are tense. So with Ravenpaw safe, now we must get into, now we go to Shadow Clan. I'm gonna make a little pinned message too. Okay, just a little notification. I believe that it should work. I believe alerts won't play. I hope not. I hope not. I don't have them. But you guys are free to obviously message with the scrolling stuff and whatnot. Okay. It's been a minute. Sorry if I... Oh, yeah, thank you for testing Fractal before we get started. Wait, I heard it. Me muting desktop audio. Okay. I thought as long as I didn't have the browser source on this scene, it wouldn't work, but yeah, thank you. Okay, I guess it does. That's kind of crazy. Okay, well, it is now for sure muted. Now it's for sure muted and nothing but me and the birds will be chirping. Yeah. Oh, wait, okay, wait. Obey just sent me an updated version too. Let me see if this works. The fucking goose? The goose noises. Okay, I hope this works. Thank you for trying, Obey. I think it's still a little weird. I don't know, maybe it's just me. The ancient textures. I'm gonna try doing that. RiverClan would claim that goose. I wonder if they do eat like gooses or birds, like waterfowl. I look so funny. I literally, it's like zoom in based. Like I look okay now, but then my face falls off. It's okay. I got 2 masks on. Yeah, it's probably just me getting bugged out by it. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. Wait, some people do that in audiobooks. They have like little jingles every time like a chapter ends or something. I gotta do that. My little Family Guy intro. My little Family Guy segue. Okay. Chapter 22. Firepaw and Greypaw retraced their steps to ThunderClan territory. Both cats were bone-weary and wet through, but Firepaw kept up the pace. The storm was beginning to move away. A ThunderClan patrol would soon be out, and Yellowfang's trail, they had to find her first. The sky was still dark, even though the black thunderclouds were beginning to roll away toward the horizon. Firepaw guessed that it must be nearly sunset. "Why don't we head straight into ShadowClan territory?" suggested Greypaw as they ran down the steep hillside into 4 trees. Oh my god, wait, it's nighttime. They headed back over the stream into ThunderClan territory. There was no scent of Yellowfang until they crossed into the oak woods close to the camp. Now that the rain had finally stopped, the scents around them were beginning to return. Firepaw hoped that the rain had not washed away Yellowfang's trail completely. He stopped and brushed at a fern with the tip of his nose. He recognized the familiar smell. Yellowfang's fear scent prickled his nostrils. "She came this way," he meowed. He pushed his way through the wet undergrowth. Greypaw followed. The rain was easing, and the thunder was fading into the distance. Time was running out. Firepaw pushed on faster. To his dismay, he realized Yellowfang's scent was indeed leading them straight into ShadowClan's territory. His heart sank. Did this mean Tigerclaw's accusations were true? Firepaw began to hope that each new smell would take them in a different direction, but the trail was unfaltering. They arrived at the Thunderpath and halted. Several monsters roared by, throwing up fountains of dirty water. The 2 cats hung back from the edge of the wide gray track until there was a gap. Then they raced across the path into ShadowClan territory. The scent markers that lined the border made Firepaw's paw tingle. Greypaw halted and looked around nervously. "I always thought I'd have a few more warriors with me when I finally entered ShadowClan territory," he confessed. "Not afraid, are you?" Firepaw murmured. "Aren't you? My mother warned me about the stench of ShadowClan many times." "My mother never taught me such things," Firepaw replied. But for the first time he was relieved that his fur was so wet, and it clung to his body. Greypaw might not notice the way that it was bristling fearfully along his spine. The two cats prowled onward, alert to every sight and sound. Greypaw was on the lookout for ShadowClan patrols, and Firepaw for the ThunderClan party he knew must come soon. Yellowfang's scent trail led them steadily into the heart of ShadowClan's hunting grounds. The woods here were gloomy, the undergrowth crowded with nettles and branches. "I can't smell her," complained Greypaw. "It's too wet." "It's there," Firepaw assured him. "I can smell that, though." Greypaw spat suddenly. "What?" Firepaw hissed. He stopped, alarmed. "Kit scent. There's kit blood here." Firepaw sniffed again, seeking out the smell of ThunderClan offspring. "I smell it too," he agreed. "And something else." He flicked his tail down sharply, warning Greypaw to keep quiet. Then, silently, he signaled with his whiskers toward a blackened ash tree up ahead. Greypaw twitched his ears questioningly. Firepaw gave him a tiny nod. Yellowfang was sheltering behind the wide, split trunk. Instinctively, the two cats separated, each moving toward the tree, one on either side. They crept over the soft forest floor, using all the tricks of basic training, stepping lightly and keeping their bodies low. Then they leaped. Yellowfang yowled with a surprise as the two cats landed beside her and pinned her to the ground. She struggled free, spitting, and backed into the sheltered hollow at the base of the trunk. Firepaw and Greypaw moved forward, blocking her way out. "I knew ThunderClan would blame me," she hissed, her eyes flashing with all her old hostility. "Where are the kits?" Firepaw demanded. "We can smell their blood," spat Greypaw. "Have you harmed them?" "I don't have them," snarled Yellowfang angrily. "I've come to find them and take them back. I stopped because I smelled blood too. But they're not here." Firepaw and Greypaw looked at one another. "I don't have them," insisted Yellowfang. "Why did you run away then? Why did you kill Spotted Leaf?" Greypaw asked the questions Firepaw couldn't bring himself to say out loud. "Spotted Leaf is dead?" There was no mistaking the shock in Yellowfang's voice. Relief washed over Firepaw. "You didn't know?" he croaked. "How could I? I left the camp as soon as I heard the kits were missing." Greypaw looked suspicious, but Firepaw could hear the truth in her voice. "I know who has taken the kits," she continued. "I smelled a scent near the nursery." "Who was it?" Firepaw asked. "Clawface, one of Broken Star's warriors. And as long as the kits are with ShadowClan, they're in great danger." "But surely even ShadowClan wouldn't harm kits," Firepaw protested. "Don't be so sure," spat Yellowfang. "Broken Star intends to use them as warriors." "But they're only 3 months old," Greypaw gasped. "That hasn't stopped him before. He has been training kits as young as 3 moons since he became leader. At 5 moons, he sends them out as warriors." "Surely they'd be too small to fight," Firepaw protested. But in his mind's eye, he pictured the undersized ShadowClan apprentices he had seen at the gathering. They weren't just small. They were kits. Yellowfang hissed scornfully. "Broken Star doesn't care about that. He has plenty more kits to spare, and if they run out, he can steal them from other clans." Her voice was filled with rage. "After all, we're talking about a cat who kills kits from his own clan." Firepaw and Greypaw were both stunned. "If he killed ShadowClan's kits, why wasn't he punished?" Firepaw asked at last. "Because he lied," growled Yellowfang. Bitterness made her voice hard. He accused me of their murder, and Shadow Clan believed him. Firepaw suddenly understood. Is that why you were driven out of Shadow Clan? He asked. You have to come back with us and tell this to Blue Star. Not before I have you rescue your kits, Yellowfang spat. Firepaw lifted his head and sniffed the air. The rain had stopped, and the wind was dying down. The ThunderClan patrol would be well on its way. They were not safe here. Greypaw still seemed shocked by Yellowfang's accusation. How could a leader kill kids from his own clan? He demanded. Broken Star insisted on training them too hard and too young. He took 2 of the kids away for battle practice. Yellowfang took a deep, wheezing breath. They were only 4 moons old. They were already dead when he brought them back to me. They bore the scratches and bites of full warriors, not apprentices. He must have fought them himself. There was nothing I could do. When their mother came to see them, Broken Star was with me. He said that he had found me standing over their dead bodies. Her voice cracked as she looked away. Why didn't you tell her it was Broken Star? Firepaw asked in disbelief. Yellowfang shook her head. I couldn't. Why not? The old she-cat hesitated. When she spoke, her voice was heavy with regret. Broken Star is Shadow Clan's leader. Noble, Ragged Star was his father. His word is law. Firepaw looked away, and the 3 cats sat in silence for a moment. Then Firepaw meowed. We'll rescue the kids together, tonight. But we can't stay here. I can smell the ThunderClan patrol coming. He paused. If Tigerclaw is with them, Yellowfang doesn't stand a chance. He'll kill her before we can explain. Yellowfang looked at him, alert and determined again. There's peat this way. It'll be wet after the rain, she told him. Our scents will be disguised there. She leapt into a clump of ferns, and Firepaw and Greypaw quickly followed her. They could hear the rustling of undergrowth in the distance now. It was no longer the wind that disturbed the bushes, but an approaching patrol, no doubt, hungry for revenge and fired up by Tigerclaw's lies. An eerie stillness settled over the woods, and a thin fog was beginning to gather between the tree trunks. Firepaw shook the droplets off of his coat and impatiently pulled a burr off his chest. Yellowfang led them onward. The ground grew soggier, and their paws began to sink into the soft peat. The musty smell choked Firepaw's nostrils, but at least it would mask their own trail. Behind them, the noise of the cats grew louder. Quick, under here, Yellowfang urged, ducking under a broad-leaved bush. The 3 cats crouched beneath it, drawing in their trails. Firepaw kept as still as he could, trying to ignore the rank wetness of the ground seeping into his belly fur and listening to the rustling of the ThunderClan patrol as it came nearer and nearer. Chapter 23. Liger Claw. I like that. Sorry. Just getting some water. Okay. I think I've got it. Firepaw could tell there were several cats in the patrol, traveling fast. He couldn't recognize the individual scents of the cats through the earthy bog odors, but he knew it was ThunderClan. He held his breath as the paw steps raced and passed away. Are we really going to try and rescue the kids from Shadow Clan alone? Whispered Greypaw. Yellowfang answered him first. I might be able to find us some help inside ShadowClan. Not all the cats support Broken Star. Firepaw prickled up his ears and Greypaw flicked his tail in surprise. When he became leader, Yellowfang explained, Broken Star forced the elders to leave the security of the inner camp. They had to live on the boundary and hunt for themselves. These are cats who have grown up with the warrior code. Some of them might help us. Firepaw stared into her old eyes, thinking quickly. And I might be able to persuade the ThunderClan hunting party to help us too, he meowed. If I can speak to them before they see Yellowfang, I might be able to make them believe her story. Greypaw, you wait at the dead ash, where we smelled the kit blood, till one of us return. Greypaw looked worried. But do you really trust Yellowfang to bring back help? He murmured to Firepaw. You must trust me, growled Yellowfang. I will return. Greypaw looked at Firepaw, who nodded. Without another word, Yellowfang sprang past the two apprentices and disappeared into the bushes. Have we done the right thing? Asked Greypaw. I don't know, Firepaw admitted. If we have, we are the heroes and the kits are safe. If we are wrong, then we are as good as dead. Firepaw sprinted after the patrol, around brambles, past gorse, and through nettles. The trail was easy to follow. The angry ThunderClan cats weren't even trying to disguise their presence in ShadowClan's territory. Overhead, the thick layer of cloud had finally rolled away. Beyond the treetops, silver pelt glittered across the night sky. Silver pelt is the stars. The moon was just rising, but its cold light could pierce that mist and cling to the shadowy undergrowth. Firepaw concentrated on the scent from up ahead. He could smell Whitestorm. He sniffed again. Tigerclaw wasn't with them. He raced to catch up and skidded to a halt behind the band of ThunderClan cats. The warriors turned and glared at him, fur bristling and ears flattened aggressively. Darkstripe was with them, and the young she-cat Mousefur as well as the tabby warrior Runningwind. Mousefur wasn't the only she-cat on patrol. Willowpelt was there too. Firepaw, growled Whitestorm. What are you doing here? Firepaw gasped for breath. Bluestar sent me, he panted. She wanted me to find Yellowfang before... Whitestorm interrupted him. Ah, he meowed. Bluestar told me I might find a friend out here. Now I understand what she meant. He looked thoughtfully at Firepaw. Is Tigerclaw nearby? Firepaw asked, feeling a tingle of pride at their shared gaze. Whitestorm looked at him curiously. Bluestar insisted she needed him to remain at camp, to protect the remaining kits. Firepaw nodded quickly, relieved. He meowed urgently. Whitestorm, I need your help. I can lead you to the kits. Greypaw is waiting for me. We plan to rescue them tonight. Will you come? Of course we'll come. The warriors flicked their tails with excitement. It will mean raiding the ShadowClan camp, Firepaw warned. Can you lead us there? Asked Runningwind eagerly. No, but Yellowfang can, and she has promised to bring help from her old allies in the camp. Mousefur glared at him and thrashed her tail angrily. You have found Yellowfang? She hissed. I don't understand, meowed Whitestorm. The traitor is going to help us rescue the kits that she stole? Firepaw took a breath to calm himself, then looked steadily into Whitestorm's eyes. Yellowfang didn't take them, he meowed. Nor did she murder Spotted Leaf. She wants to help rescue our kits. Whitestorm stared back at him, then blinked slowly. Lead the way, Firepaw, he ordered. I'm gonna take another quick water drink. Yeah, dude, Whitestorm is so cool. I love Whitestorm. I have a t-shirt that I just am making up right now, but it says, I fucking love Whitestorm. I fucking love Whitestorm. He's a real one. Honestly, in this goddamn cat world of a bunch of liars and traitors, we need more goats like Whitestorm. Okay. Getting back to it. Graypaw was waiting by the ash tree, pacing restlessly around its rotten trunk. He stopped as soon as he saw the patrol emerge from the mist and twitched his whiskers in greeting. Any sign of Yellowfang? Firepaw asked. Not yet, answered Graypaw. We don't know how far it is to the Shadow Clan camp, Firepaw pointed out quickly, feeling Whitestorm stiffen beside him. She may be on her way back right now. Or she might be happily sharing tongues with her Shadow Clan comrades while we sit here like fools waiting to be ambushed, meowed Graypaw. Whitestorm watched the two apprentices, his ears flicked uneasily. Firepaw, he prompted. She will come back, Firepaw promised. Well said, young Firepaw. Yellowfang stalked out from behind the ash tree and sat down. You're not the only one who can sneak up on someone. She meowed at Firepaw. Remember the day we met? You were looking in the wrong direction that time, too. Got him. 3 other Shadow Clan cats appeared from behind the tree and settled themselves calmly on the other side of Yellowfang. The ThunderClan cats bristled, alert and suspicious. Both clans stared silently at each other. Firepaw fidgeted uncomfortably, unsure what to do now. Eventually, one of the Shadow Clan cats, a gray Tom, spoke. His long body was skinny, and his fur looked dull. We have come to help you, not to harm you. You have come for your kits, and we will help you rescue them. What's in it for you? Asked Whitestorm warily. We want to help you. We want to get rid of Broken Star. He has broken the warrior code, and Shadow Clan is suffering. So it's that simple, is it? Growled Running Wind. We just drop into your camp, snatch the kits, kill your leader, and go home. You will not meet as much resistance as you think, murmured the Grey Tom. Yellowfang stood up. Let me introduce my old friends, she meowed, weaving her way around the Shadow Clan cats. She brushed past the Grey Tom. This is Ashfur. He is one of the clan elders. And this is Nightpelt, a senior warrior before Ragged Star was killed. She circled a battered Tom, who nodded at them. And this is one of our elder queens, Dawn Cloud. 2 of her kits died driving out Wind Clan. Dawn Cloud, a small tabby, meowed in greeting. I do not wish to lose any more of my kits, she told them. Whitestorm gave his chest a quick lick to smooth down his fur. You are clearly skilled warriors if you manage to creep up on us like that. But are there enough of you? We need to know that we'll face... Oh, I totally messed this one up. Hold on. I'm going to redo it. You are clearly skilled warriors if you manage to creep us... I'm going to rip the page with my teeth. You are clearly skilled warriors if you manage to creep up on us like that. But are there enough of you? We need to know what we'll face when we raid the Shadow Clan camp. Dude, and I can't say running wind. I keep messing up running wind. It's like a tongue twister. The old and the sick of Shadow Clan are slowly starving, meowed Ashfur. The casualties among our kits are more than we can cope with. But if Shadow Clan is a mess, burst out Darkstripe, how come you have shown so much strength lately? And why is Broken Star still your leader? Broken Star is surrounded by a small group of elite warriors, answered Ashfur. They are the ones to fear, because they would die for him without question. The other warriors obey his orders only because they are frightened. They will fight by his side as long as they think Broken Star is going to win. If they thought he would lose, they would fight against him, not for him, Darkstripe finished the elder's words in disgust. What sort of loyalty is that? The hackles of the Shadow Clan cats began to rise. Our clan was not always like this, Yellowfang interrupted. When Ragged Star led Shadow Clan, we were feared for our strength. But in those days our strength came from the warrior code and clan loyalty, not from fear and bloodlust. The old medicine cat sighed. If only Ragged Star had lived longer. How did Ragged Star die? Asked Whitestorm curiously. There were many rumors at the gatherings, but no one seemed to know for sure. Yellowfang's eyes clouded with sorrow. He was ambushed by a warrior patrol from another clan. Whitestorm nodded thoughtfully. Yes, that is what most cats seem to think. These are bad times indeed, when leaders are picked off in the dark instead of open and honorable battle. Firepaw frowned, in his mind racing over different battle plans. Is there any way to take the kits without alerting the whole clan? He asked. Dawncloud answered him. They are very closely guarded. Broken Star will be expecting ThunderClan to take them. You won't be able to steal them in secret. Open attack is your only hope. Then we must concentrate our attack on Broken Star and his inner guard, meowed Whitestorm. Yellowfang had a suggestion. The Shadow Clan warriors should lead me into Shadow Clan camp. They could say, they've captured me. We have to make sure Broken Star and his warriors are out of their dens. News of my capture will bring them into the clearing. Once they're all out in the open, I'll give the signal for you to attack. Whitestorm was silent for a moment. Then he nodded. His face gave as he committed his warriors to attack. Very well, Yellowfang, he meowed. Please lead us the way to Shadow Clan camp. Okay. End of chapter 23. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for my poor reading today. I feel like I'm not doing the best, but hopefully you guys don't mind. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting back into it. Oh my god, 2 chapters, guys. 2 chapters. Here we go. Chapter 24. Yellowfang turned and pushed her way into the bracken. Whitestorm and the others followed her. Firepaw was tingling with excitement. He didn't feel the damp chill in the air, and his weariness was long forgotten. Yellowfang guided them to a small hollow surrounded by thick undergrowth and pointed out the entrance to Shadow Clan camp. The tangled mass of brambles looked very different from the neat gorse tunnel that led into the ThunderClan camp. The camp boundary was full of holes and gaps, and the stench of rotting meat wafted toward them. "You eat crow food?" whispered Greypaw, curling his lip. "Our warriors are used for attacking, not hunting," replied Ashfur. "We eat whatever we can find." "ThunderClan, hide in that clump of bracken over there," hissed Yellowfang. "It's full of toadstools that will disguise your scent. Wait here until you hear me call." She stepped back to let the other ShadowClan cats lead the way, tucking herself into the center of their group as though she were their prisoner. She headed silently into the camp. The ThunderClan cats settled themselves amongst the toadstools, tense and alert. Firepaw could feel his coat prickling. He looked at Greypaw beside him. The thick fur on the back of his friend's neck was standing on end, and Firepaw could hear him panting with suppressed excitement. "Oh my... Girl, he's birds loud as hell. Hold on. I'll do this one. No, actually, wait. Maybe this one. God, wait, I like this last one. Oh yeah, this one's good. Okay. Suddenly, yowling erupted from the ShadowClan camp. Without hesitating, the ThunderClan cats sprang from their hiding places and raced through the entrance. Yellowfang, Ashfur, Dawncloud, and Nightpelt were in well-trodden, muddy clearing wrestling with 6 vicious-looking warriors. Firepaw recognized Brokenstraw and his deputy, Blackfoot among them. The warriors looked hungry and battle-scarred, but Firepaw could see the hard muscles pounding beneath their patchy fur. Around the edge of the clearing, groups of scrawny cats stared uncertainly at the mayhem. Their skinny bodies seemed to recoil at the violence, while their dull eyes looked on, shocked and confused. Out of the corner of his eye, Firepaw saw Running Nose back away and hide beneath a bush. At White Storm's nodded signal, the ThunderClan cats leaped into battle. Firepaw grasped a silver tabby with his claws, but was shaken loose. He tumbled over and the ShadowClan warrior turned on him and gripped him with his claws as sharp as black thorns. Firepaw managed to twist and sink his teeth deep into the cat's flesh. The warrior's yowl told him he had found a tender spot, and he bit down harder. The warrior screeched again, ripping himself free, and ran off into the bushes. Firepaw stood up. A young ShadowClan apprentice leaped at him from the edge of the camp, its soft kitten fur fluffed up with fear. Firepaw sheathed his claws and batted him away easily. "This is not your battle," he hissed. Whitestorm already had Blackfoot pinned to the ground. He gave him a vicious bite and injured the deputy, and the injured deputy raced away toward the camp entrance and out of the safety of the forest. "Firepaw!" Firepaw heard Dawncloud screech his name. "Watch out! Clawfaces!" He didn't hear the rest. A heavily built brown cat crashed into him. Clawface! Firepaw dug his claws into the ground and whirled around to fight the warrior that had killed Spotted Leaf. Rage surged through him, and he flung himself onto the brown tom. Firepaw pushed the warrior to the ground and pressed his head into the dirt. Blinded by fury, he prepared to sink his teeth into Clawface's neck. But before he could deal his death blow, White Storm knocked him aside and grasped the Shadow Clan warrior. "ThunderClan warriors do not kill unless they have to," he growled in Firepaw's ear. "We just need to let them know not to show their faces here again." He gave Clawface a fierce bite, then sent him screaming out of the camp. Still raging, Firepaw looked around wildly. Broken Star's warriors had gone. An angry screech sounded from behind Greypaw. Greypaw leaped out of the way, and Firepaw saw Yellowfang gripping Broken Star with muddy, blood-stained paws. His body bled from several wounds. His ears were flattened against his head, and his whiskers were drawn back as he crouched, flattened beneath Yellowfang's powerful grasp. "I never thought you would be harder to kill than my father," he snarled up at her. Yellowfang recoiled as if she had been stung by a bee, her face twisted suddenly by shock and grief. She loosened her grip on Broken Star, and instantly he threw her aside with a twist of his powerful body. "You killed Ragged Star?" Yellowfang wailed, her eyes wide with disbelief. Broken Star eyed her coldly. "You found his body. Didn't you recognize my fur between his claws?" Yellowfang stared in horror as he continued. "He was a soft and foolish leader. He deserved to die." "No!" hissed Yellowfang, her head dropping. Then she gave herself a shake. She looked up at Broken Star, arching her back. "And Bright Flower's kits? Did they deserve to die too?" she rasped. Broken Star growled and hurled himself at Yellowfang, forcing her onto her belly. Yellowfang didn't even attempt to struggle against his thorn-sharp claws. Firepaw saw with alarm that her eyes were glazed with sadness. "Those kits were weak," Broken Star hissed, bending his face toward Yellowfang's ear. "They would have been no use to Shadow Clan. If I hadn't killed them, some other warrior would have." A wail of grief went up from a black and white Shadow Clan queen. Broken Star ignored her. "I should have killed you when I had the chance." He spat at Yellowfang. "It seems I must have my father's softness. I was a fool to let you leave Shadow Clan alive." He lunged, teeth bared, ready to sink them into her neck. Firepaw was quicker. He jumped onto Broken Star's back before he could clamp his jaw shut. Firepaw dug his claws into the matted tabby fur and pulled him off the exhausted queen, flinging him to the edge of the clearing. Broken Star twisted around the midair to land on his feet and looked into Firepaw's eyes, spitting viciously. "Don't waste your time, apprentice. I've shared dreams with StarClan. You will have to kill me 9 times before I join them. Do you really think you're strong enough for that?" His eyes glowed with confidence and defiance. Firepaw stared back at him, his belly tightened. Broken Star was a clan leader. How on earth could he expect to defeat him? But the watching Shadow Clan cats had begun to pad slowly toward their defeated leader, snarling and hissing with hatred. They were battered and half-starved, but Broken Star was outnumbered. He seemed to realize this with a nervous flick of his tail. He crouched and backed away through the bushes. His eyes glittered menacingly from the shadows, his gaze finding Firepaw through the crowd. "This isn't over, apprentice. he hissed before he turned around and vanished into the forest after his broken warriors. Firepaw looked to Whitestorm. "Should we go after them?" he meowed. The warrior shook his head. "I think they got the message that they are not welcome here." Nightpelt, the Shadow Clan warrior, nodded in agreement. "Leave them. If they dare to show their faces here again, Shadow Clan will be strong enough by then to tackle them alone." The rest of Shadow Clan was huddled together in the ruins of their camp, as if numbed by the realization that their leader had gone. It will take time to rebuild this clan, Firepaw thought. The kits! Firepaw heard Graypaw's meowed from a far corner of the clearing. He rushed over to his friend, Mousefur and Whitestorm bounding at his heels. As they approached, they could hear the pitiful mewling of kits coming from beneath a pile of leaves and twigs. Quickly, Graypaw and Mousefur dug down through the foliage until they had uncovered the missing ThunderClan kits at the bottom of a small pit. "Are they okay?" demanded Whitestorm, his tail twitching with anxiety. "They're fine," replied Graypaw. "Most only have a few scratches, but that little tabby has a pretty nasty wound on her ear. Can you take a look, Yellowfang?" The old she-cat was licking her own wounds, but at Graypaw's call, she raced to the side of the pit, where Graypaw had carefully deposited the tabby kit. Firepaw helped Graypaw to lift out the rest of the kits. The last one was gray, like the embers of an old fire. She mewled and squirmed as Firepaw placed her on the ground. Mousefur gathered all the kits to her and comforted them with licks and caresses. Caresses. Yellowfang looked closely at the torn ear. "We need to stop the bleeding," she meowed. Running Nose stepped out of the shadows. His forepaw was coated in a layer of cobwebs, which he silently pressed to Yellowfang. She nodded her thanks and began to treat the kit's wound. Nightpelt approached the group of ThunderClan cats. "You helped ShadowClan rid itself of a brutal and dangerous leader, and we are grateful. But it is time you left our camp and returned to your own. I promise your hunting grounds will be free of ShadowClan warriors, as long as we can find enough food in our own territory." Whitestorm nodded. "Hunt in peace for 1 moon, Nightpelt. ThunderClan knows you need time to rebuild your clan." He returned to Yellowfang. "And you, Yellowfang?" he asked. "Do you wish to return with us, or stay here with your old comrades?" Yellowfang looked up at him. "I will make the journey back with you." She glanced at a deep gash on Whitestorm's hind leg. "You will need a medicine cat, for yourself as well as your kids." "Thank you," purred Whitestorm. He signaled to the ThunderClan cats with a sweep of his tail and led them out of the clearing. Mousefur and Willowpelt helped the kits, who stumbled along, exhausted and bewildered. Yellowfang walked close to the wounded tabby kit, lifting him by the scruff of his neck every time he slipped. Firepaw and Graypaw followed them through the brambles, past the camp scent line, and out into the forest. The moon was still rising in the quiet sky as the ThunderClan party began the long trudge home, while around them showers of brown leaves fluttered to the forest floor. Okay, last chapter. Yay! Fuck ShadowClan, except only the bad guys. I thought they fought them. I forgot they ran away. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. It's probably daytime now because they did that all night. I guess we'll find out. You know what? I should always take a water every time I finish a chapter. Okay. Chapter 25. Okay, this is a really weird word to start it. Buoyed? Is that a word, chat? Buoyed? Buoyed? Buoyoid. B-U-O-Y-E-D. B-U-O-Y-E-D. Buoyed. Buoyed? Buoyed? Buoyed. I've never heard of this. Like a buoy? Like a ocean thing? Like water? Buoyed, okay. Oh. New words. Buoyed up with relief at being home again, Firepaw and Greypaw sprinted ahead of the patrol into the ThunderClan camp. Frostfur was lying in the middle of the clearing, her head resting sadly on her paws. As the two apprentices bounded in, she lifted her nose and sniffed the air. "My kits!" she cried. She leaped up and raced past Firepaw and Greypaw to meet the rest of the party as they emerged from the tunnel. The kits rushed over to Frostfur and nuzzled into her side. She curled her soft body around them and licked them each in turn, purring loudly. Yellowfang hung back at the camp entrance and looked on silently. Bluestar strode up to the returning patrol. She glanced fondly at Frostfur and her kits, and then she turned her eyes to Whitestorm. "Are they all right?" she asked. "They're fine," meowed Whitestorm. "Well done, Whitestorm. ThunderClan honors you." Whitestorm bent his head to accept her praise and added, "But it was thanks to the apprentice that we found them." Firepaw lifted his head and tail proudly, about to speak, but Tigerclaw's accusing snarl sounded from across the clearing. "Why did you bring back the traitor?" The dark warrior stalked up to the patrol and stood beside his leader. "She is no traitor," Firepaw insisted. He looked around the camp. The rest of the cats had quickly gathered in the clearing to see the kits and congratulate the hunting party. Some of them had spotted Yellowfang and were eyeing her with looks of pure hatred. "She killed Spotted Leaf," spat Longtail. "Look between Spotted Leaf's claws," Greypaw suggested. "You will find the brown fur of Clawface, not Yellowfang's gray fur." Bluestar nodded at Mousefur, who darted away from the crowd, toward the spot where Spotted Leaf's body lay, waiting for its dawn burial. The clan waited in tense silence till she returned. "Greypaw is right," Mousefur panted, rushing back to the clearing. "Spotted Leaf was not attacked by a gray cat." A murmur of surprise rippled through the crowd. "But that doesn't mean she didn't help to take the kits," hissed Tigerclaw. "Without Yellowfang, we never would have recovered the kits," Firepaw spat, his exhaustion making him impatient. "She knew that ShadowClan warriors had taken them. She was hunting for them when I found her. She risked her life returning the ShadowClan camp, and it was Yellowfang who thought up the battle plan that got us into ShadowClan camp and gave us the chance to defeat Broken Star." The cats listened to Firepaw's words, astonished. "He's right," Whitestorm meowed. "Yellowfang is a friend." "I'm glad to hear it," murmured Bluestar, catching Firepaw's eye. Frostfur's anxious meow sounded from the crowd. "Is Broken Star dead?" she asked. "No, he escaped," Whitestorm told her. "But he will never lead ShadowClan again." Frostfur sighed in relief and returned to nuzzling her kits. Whitestorm looked at Bluestar. I promised ShadowClan we would leave them in peace until the next full moon, he explained. Broken Star's leadership has left their clan in chaos. Blue Star nodded. That was a wise and generous offer, she meowed approvingly. The ThunderClan leader walked past Whitestorm, and the rest of the patrol had approached Yellowfang. Yellowfang lowered her eyes as Blue Star touched the gray cat's rough coat with her nose. Yellowfang, I wish you to replace Spotted Leaf as medicine cat to ThunderClan, Blue Star meowed. I'm sure you'll find all her supplies as she left them. The other cats began to murmur to each other, tails flicking with excitement. Yellowfang looked around at them anxiously and said nothing. Frostfur glanced at the other queens before she met Yellowfang's gaze and slowly nodded her approval. Yellowfang bent her head respectfully to the white cat before addressing her new leader. Thank you, Blue Star. ShadowClan is not the clan I once knew. ThunderClan is my clan now. Firepaw felt a surge of satisfaction that the old she-cat he had come to love would be his clan's medicine cat from now on. Then his tail dropped as he realized that he would never again find Spotted Leaf in her clearing, the sunlight gleaming on her soft fur and her amber eyes shining in welcome. Where's Ravenpaw? Meowed Blue Star suddenly, jolting Firepaw out of his bittersweet remembrances. Yes, Tigerclaw chimed in. Where is my apprentice? Strange that he should disappear along with Broken Star. He looked meaningfully around the clan. If you think he might have had been helping Broken Star, Firepaw meowed boldly, then you are wrong. Tigerclaw stiffened, a menacing gleam in his yellow eyes. Ravenpaw is dead, Firepaw went on, dropping his head as if he weighed down with grief. We've found his body in ShadowClan territory. From the scents around him, he must have been slain by a ShadowClan patrol. He looked at Blue Star. I will tell you everything later, he promised. Yellowfang shot Firepaw a questioning look. Firepaw returned her gaze with a silent plea for her to hold her tongue. She twitched her ears briefly in understanding and looked away. I never said that Ravenpaw was a traitor, hissed Tigerclaw. He paused and allowed an expression of sorrow to cloud his eyes before he turned to address the rest of the clan. Ravenpaw might have made a fine warrior. His death has come too soon, and his loss will be felt by many of us for a long time. Empty words, thought Firepaw bitterly. What would Tigerclaw say if he knew that Ravenpaw was safe, far beyond the forest, catching rats with barley? Blue Star broke the silence. We will miss Ravenpaw, but we shall mourn him tomorrow. First, there is another ritual that must be performed. One I know that Ravenpaw would have taken pleasure in. She turned to Firepaw and Greypaw. You have shown great courage tonight. Did they fight well, Whitestorm? She asked. Like warriors, Whitestorm replied solemnly. Blue Star met his yellow-eyed gaze and gave a slight nod. Then she lifted her chin and fixed her eyes on Silverpet wait. It is nighttime still. Blue Star met his yellow-eyed gaze and gave a slight nod. Then she lifted her chin and fixed her eyes on Silverpelt's Wrath of the Stars. Her voice rang out clear and measured in the hushed woods. I, Blue Star, leader of ThunderClan, Call upon my warrior ancestors to look down at these 2 apprentices. They have trained hard to understand the ways of your noble code, and I commend them to you as warriors in their turn." She looked down at Firepaw and Graypaw, narrowing her eyes. "Firepaw, Graypaw, do you promise to uphold the warrior code and to protect and defend this clan, even at the cost of your lives?" Firepaw felt something stir within him, a fire that burned. It burned in his belly and rang in his ears. He suddenly felt that everything he had done for the clan so far, all the prey he stalked, all the enemy warriors he had fought, had been for the sake of this single moment. "I do," he replied steadily. "I do," echoed Graypaw, his fur bristling with excitement. "Then by the powers of StarClan, I give you your warrior names. Graypaw, from this moment, you will be known as Graystripe. StarClan honors your bravery and your strength, and we welcome you as a full warrior of ThunderClan." Bluestar stepped forward and rested her muzzle on top of Graystripe's bowed head. He bent lower to give her shoulder a respectful lick, then straightened up and walked over to join the other warriors. Bluestar stood and studied Firepaw for a long moment before speaking. "Firepaw, from this moment you will be known as Fireheart. StarClan honors your bravery and your strength, and we welcome you as a full warrior of ThunderClan." She touched her muzzle to his head and murmured, "Fireheart, I am proud to have you as my warrior. Serve your clan well, young one." Fireheart's muscles were trembling so much that he could hardly stoop to lick Bluestar's shoulder. He purred hoarsely to show his thanks, then slipped away to stand beside Graystripe. Meows of tribute sounded from the crowd, and the voices of the clan rose in the still night air to chant the new warrior names. "Fireheart, Graystripe! Fireheart, Graystripe!" Fireheart looked around the clan, seeing faces that had grown so familiar over the last few moons. He listened to them as they called his new name and felt overwhelmed by the kindness and respect he saw shining in their eyes. "It is almost moon high," meowed Bluestar. "In the tradition of our ancestors, Fireheart and Graystripe must sit in silent vigil until dawn and guard the camp alone while we sleep." Fireheart and Graystripe nodded solemnly. As for the rest of the clan, they began to melt away back into their dens. Tigerclaw pushed past Fireheart. The ThunderClan deputy slowed as he passed and hissed quietly into his ear, "Don't think you can outwit me, kitty pet. Be careful what you tell Bluestar." A cold shiver ran down Fireheart's spine. Bluestar had to know about Tigerclaw's treachery. As Tigerclaw headed back to the warrior's den, Fireheart left Graystripe sitting alone in the clearing and bounded after Bluestar. He caught up with her outside her den. "Bluestar, I know I'm breaking the vow of silence, but I must speak with you before I begin my vigil." Bluestar looked at Fireheart and shook her head. "This is an important ritual, Fireheart. You can speak to me in the morning." Fireheart dipped his head in acceptance. Tigerclaw was not a problem that could be solved overnight, anyway. He returned to Graystripe's side in the middle of the clearing. The two friends exchanged glances, but said nothing. Okay, actually, let me show you guys. Wait. So this is what I changed earlier, and I'm gonna change it really quick again. We're going to update Firepaw. Here he is. Yay! He evolved. He got his little heart now. Cause he's Fireheart. Okay, unfortunately Graystripe was always Graystripe. He's always been born with his little stripe, so he's staying the same. But we got Fireheart now. Fireheart looked at the moon above his head. His orange coat glowed silver in the cold light. Around him, the bushes and trees were draped in mist that brushed damply against his fur. Fireheart closed his eyes and recalled the dreams of his kittenhood. The cool forest scents in his nostrils were real now, and the life of a warrior stretched ahead of him. He felt unrestrained joy flood up in his paws and surge through his body. Then he opened his eyes wide with a jolt. Another pair of eyes was shining back at him from the warrior's den. Tiger Claw. Fireheart stared back without blinking. He was a warrior now. He had made an enemy of the clan's deputy, but Tiger Claw had made an enemy of him. Fireheart was not the same naive young cat who had joined the clan all those moons ago. He was bigger, stronger, faster, and wiser. If he was destined to oppose Tiger Claw, then so be it. Fireheart was ready for the challenge. End of Book 1. The end! The end! We did it! We read through Book 1! Fireheart and Gravestripe! Yay! And they saved ThunderClan! They rescued the kittens! Oh, yay! Oh, I'm so excited! The first preview of the chapter is a few pages long. So I'm gonna tease you guys. I actually have it. I know it's here. I honestly think for one book, it gets better. Like, I don't want to hype you guys up, but this was like the sauce and this is the steak. You know what I mean? Because now he's a warrior. This was basically just explaining the lore of the clans and how they battle each other and see their differences. But this is like, oh, now he's in it, right? Like, now he's a warrior. It's not just like learning, it's living it. Yeah. It's called Fire and Ice. Where have you heard that before? So the first book, Into the Wild, and the second book is called Fire and Ice. It says, Fireheart is now a ThunderClan warrior, but danger still lurks in the forest. The cats of RiverClan are growing restless, while WindClan is weak and facing threats from all sides. As tensions build to an explosive climax, Fireheart faces not only imminent battle, but betrayal from within his own clan. Bum, bum, bum. I can tell you that this has nothing. Like, Fire and Ice, there is no ice. There's no, like, Ice Heart to rival Fireheart. What are they saying with that nonsense? I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll read the first chapter of the second book to cap it all off tonight. I think that'll be great. So you guys can take a peek at all the doodles everybody has been making so far during the read-through. It looks gorgeous. I'm so excited to see. I love how everybody tried to make, like, a conscious room save. Thank you guys for that. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh, I love that you guys posted some of the highlights of the comic book during the reading too, because I was literally thinking about them in the back of my head, remembering like the expressions and like I love the one. Hold on, I'm going to save this one to show you guys as an example. Let me show you. This scene where Firepaw was fighting the little baby warriors, the child warriors, the child soldiers from Shadow Clan. And this is how he reacted. He just put his claws away and was like, "Get out of here. You're a little baby." And Firepaw was still an apprentice himself too, so imagine look how much bigger he is as an apprentice compared to this little baby, little child warrior. Little baby man. Yeah, I like the comic is great if you guys want to get into it. We're about to have ads for about a minute. It's gonna start. So I think I won't begin the next chapter until the ads are done. So, what did you guys think though? What did you guys think of the book? No spoilers. You know, if you guys have read the series, no spoilers. I know it was a bit sprawled out, so. And I know I kind of botched that last few chapters with my nonsense, but yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. It feels weird to take out my bookmark. It looks so well loved now. Like it's got so many like folds and tears, the first book. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to like, I know I was doing an ASMR reading, but I got kind of into it near the end. Like when Yellowfang and Broken Star were like beefing. I was sorry if I got really into that. I was like telling myself like don't get too into it. Just don't do it. Then I got too into it. Yeah, and it's so good because obviously there's still plots to be had right now. So Broken Star is MIA with a few other rogue warriors, and we still have Tiger Claw within ThunderClan that is doing something. I don't know, cooking, plotting. So we have two weirdos out in the woods now. Firepaw and Greypaw, brothers in arms, are now warriors together, strong. I think we still have some apprentices, like Dustpaw and Sandpaw, the school bullies to these guys. Oh, they're gonna be so mad. They were apprentices before Firepaw even got into the warrior clan, so they're gonna be salty as heck. They just got schooled by this kitty pet. Lol. Okay. I think. Oh, thank you, Tux. Thank you. I want to do better. I'm gonna keep trying. This is my first book I've read through on stream, so I think eventually I'll get a lot better at it. Okay. I think the ads are over now, so I'm gonna read the final chapter. Not the final, but the first chapter. The first chapter of Book 2, Fire and Ice. Okay. Chapter 1. It's gonna honestly be pretty hard to say Fireheart, Greystripe, and not Gaypaw and Firepaw. Gaystripe! Yay! Okay, Chapter 1. Fireheart shivered. His flame-colored fur was still green-leaf light. It would be a few moons before it was thick enough to keep out the cold like this. He shuffled his forepaws on the hard earth. The sky was finally growing light as dawn crept in slowly, but even though his paws were cold, Fireheart could not suppress a glow of pride. After many moons as an apprentice, he was a warrior at last. In his mind, he replayed yesterday's victory at the Shadow Clan camp. Broken Star's glittering eyes as the Shadow Clan leader backed away, hissing threats before fleeing into the trees as his traitorous companions. The remaining Shadow Clan cats had been grateful to ThunderClan for helping them get rid of their cruel leader, and for the peace ThunderClan promised them when they recovered. Broken Star had not just brought chaos to his own clan, he had driven the whole of Wind Clan from their camp, right out of clan territory. He had been a dark shadow in the forest since before Fireheart had even left his kitty pet life to join ThunderClan. Oh wait, now the ads are just starting. Wait, I'm gonna stop then. Wait, sorry, the notification timed out, but then randomly it took them like 2 minutes to be like, okay, now the ads are playing. Blah. Oh my god! Wait. I like this. I love the White Storm. I love the White Storm. I am the storm that is approaching. Is that fucking Virgil White Storm? That's so good. I love that. Yes, my boy. I fucking love White Storm, dude. I feel like everybody's always so fucking sussed out by the gang, by like Fireheart and stuff. And White Storm is only he just spits straight facts, and he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know, I love him so much. I think of him as like a big brother or father figure to God, I was gonna say Firepaw. He's just, and I love the way, hold on, I love the way that he's drawn in the, this is him in the manga. In my mangas. This is what he looks like. He's all fucked up because he's a goat and he's been at this for a long time. He's just a little white kitty, White Storm. Yeah, he's cool. I like his smile. He's just a friendly guy. Just a friendly guy. Okay, ad's almost over. Welcome back, my little chunguses from the ad break. I decided to wait for everyone. Okay. Let's keep it going. In his mind, he replayed yesterday's victory at the Shadow Clan camp. Broken Star's glittering eyes as the Shadow Clan leader backed away, hissing threats before fleeing into the trees after his own traitorous companions. The remaining Shadow Clan cats had been grateful to ThunderClan for helping them get rid of their cruel leader, and for the peace ThunderClan had promised them while they recovered. Broken Star had not just brought chaos to his own clan. He had driven the whole of Wind Clan from their camp, right out of the clan territory. He had been a dark shadow in the forest since before Fireheart had left his kitty pet life to join ThunderClan. But for Fireheart, there was another shadow troubling his mind. Tigerclaw, ThunderClan's deputy. Fireheart shivered again as he thought of the great ThunderClan warrior who had terrorized his apprentice, Ravenpaw. In the end, Fireheart and his best friend Greystripe had helped the frightened apprentice to escape into the Two-Leg territory beyond the uplands. Afterward, Fireheart had told the clan and that Ravenpaw had been killed by ShadowClan. What if if what Ravenpaw said about Tigerclaw was true? It was best if the ThunderClan deputy believed his apprentice had died, for he knew a secret Tigerclaw would do anything to conceal. Ravenpaw had told Fireheart that the mighty Tabby warrior had murdered Redtail, the previous ThunderClan deputy, in the hope that he would become the new deputy, which eventually he had. Fireheart shook his head to clear it of these dark thoughts and turned to glance at Greystripe sitting beside him. Greystripe's thick gray fur was ruffled up against the cold. Fireheart guessed he was looking forward to the first days of sunshine too, but he didn't say this out loud. Clan tradition demanded silence on this night. This was their vigil, the night when a new warrior guarded the clan and reflected on his new name and status. Until last night, Fireheart had been known by his apprentice name of Firepaw. Halftail was one of the first cats to awake. Fireheart could see the old cat moving among the shadows in the Elder's Den. He glanced toward the warrior's den at the other side of the clearing. Through the branches that sheltered the den, he recognized the broad shoulders of Tiger Claw as he slept. At the foot of the high rock, oh my god, I forgot about this, guys. Is it lichen? It's lichen, not lichen, right? Lichen? Yes, okay. God dang it. At the foot of High Rock, the lichen that draped the entrance to Blue Star's den twitched, and Fireheart saw his clan leader push her way out. She stopped and lifted her head to sniff the air. Then she padded silently out of High Rock's shadow, her long fur glowing blue-gray in the dawn light. I must warn her about Tiger Claw, thought Fireheart. Blue Star had mourned Redtail's death with the rest of the clan, believing him to have been killed in the battle by Oakheart, the deputy of River Clan. Fireheart had hesitated before, knowing how important Tiger Claw was to her, but the danger was too great. Blue Star needed to know that her clan was harboring a cold-blooded murderer. Tiger Claw emerged from the warrior's den and met Blue Star at the edge of the clearing. He murmured something to her, his tail flicking urgently. Fireheart stifled his instinctive meow of greeting. The sky was growing light, but until he knew for sure that the sun was above the horizon, he dared not break his silence. Impatience fluttered in his chest like a trapped bird. He must speak with Blue Star as soon as he could. But for now, all he could do was nod respectfully at the two cats as they passed him. Beside him, Gray Stripe nudged Fireheart and pointed upward with his nose. An orange glow was just visible on the horizon. Glad to see the dawn, you two? White Storm's deep meow took Fireheart by surprise. He had not noticed the White Warrior approaching. Fireheart and Graystripe nodded together. It's all right. You may speak now. Your vigil is over. White Storm's voice was kind. Yesterday he fought side by side with Fireheart and Graystripe in the battle with ShadowClan. There was a new respect in his eyes as he looked at them. Thank you, White Storm, Fireheart meowed gratefully. He stood and stretched his stiff legs one at a time. Graystripe pushed himself up too. Brrr, he meowed, shaking the chill from his fur. I thought the sun would never come up. A scornful voice meowed from the outside of the apprentice's den. The great warrior speaks. It was Sandpaw, her pale orange coat fluffed up with hostility. Dustpaw was sitting beside her. With his dark tabby pelt, he looked like Sandpaw's shadow. He puffed out his chest importantly and mocked. I'm surprised such heroes even feel the cold. Sandpaw purred with amusement. White Storm shot them a stern look. Go and find something to eat, then rest, he ordered Fireheart to Graystripe. The older warrior turned away and padded toward the apprentice's den. Come on, you two, he meowed to Sandpaw and Dustpaw. It's time for your training. I hope he has them chasing blue squirrels all day, Graystripe hissed to Fireheart as they headed toward the corner, where a few pieces of fresh kill remained from last night. But there aren't any blue squirrels, Fireheart meowed in confusion. Precisely, Graystripe's amber eyes gleamed. You can't exactly blame them. They did begin their training before us, Fireheart pointed out mildly. If they fought in the battle yesterday, they'd probably have been made warriors too. I suppose, Graystripe shrugged. Hey, look. They both reached for the fresh kill pile. One mouse each, and a chaffinch to share. Chaffinch. The two friends picked up their meal and looked at each other. Graystripe's eyes suddenly sparkled with delight. I suppose we take it to the warriors' side of camp now, he meowed. I suppose we do, Fireheart purred, padding after his friend to the patch of nettles where they had often watched. Now what? Asked Graystripe, gulping down his last mouthful. I don't know about you, but I think I could sleep for half a moon. Me too, Fireheart agreed. The two friends got to their paws and made their way toward the warrior's den. Fireheart stuck his head through the low-hanging branches. Mousefur and Longtail were still asleep on the other side of the den. He pushed his way inside and found a patch of moss at the edge. The smell told him it wasn't a sleeping place already used by another warrior. Graystripe settled down beside him. Fireheart listened as Graystripe's steady breaths relaxed into long, muffled snores. Fireheart felt equally exhausted, but he was still so desperate to talk to Bluestar. From where he lay, his head flat to the earth, he could just see the camp entrance. He stared at it, waiting for his leader's return, but gradually his eyes began to close, and he gave into his longing for sleep. Fireheart could hear a roaring around him, like wind in tall trees. The acrid stench of the thunderpath stung his nostrils, together with a new smell, sharper and more terrifying. Fire! Flames lapped at the black sky, throwing and glowing cinders up into starless nights. To Fireheart's amazement, silhouettes of cats flitted in front of the fire. Why hadn't they run away? One of them stopped and looked straight at Fireheart. The Tom's night eyes glinted in the darkness, and he lifted his long, straight tail as if in greeting. Fireheart trembled as a memory burst into his mind of the words that Spotted Leaf, the former ThunderClan medicine cat, had said to him before her untimely death. Fire will save the clan. Could it be something to do with the strange cats that showed up with no fear of fire? Wake up, Fireheart! Fireheart flicked his head, startled out of his dream by, that was Tiger Claw. It would be more like, wake up, Fireclaw. Fireheart. I thought it was Graystripe. You were meowing in your sleep. Still dazed, Fireheart sat up and shook his head. Yes, Tiger Claw. With a pang of alarm, he wondered if he had repeated Spotted Leaf words out loud. He had dreamed like this before, dreams so vivid that he could taste them, and which had later come true. Fireheart certainly did not want Tigerclaw to suspect him of having powers that usually StarClan gave only to a medicine cat. Moonlight shone through the leafy den wall. Fireheart realized he must have slept through the whole day. You and Graystripe will join the evening patrol, Tigerclaw told him. Hurry up. The dark tabby turned and stalked out of the den. Fireheart let the fur relax on his shoulders. Clearly Tigerclaw didn't suspect anything unusual about his dream. But while Fireheart's secret was safe, he was equally determined to expose the murderous truth about Tigerclaw's role in Redtail's death. Fireheart licked his lips. Graystripe lay beside him, washing his flank. They had just finished sharing a meal beside the camp clearing. The sun had set and Fireheart could see the moon, almost full now, gleaming in a cold, clear sky. The past few days had been busy. It seemed that every time they lay down for a rest, Tigerclaw sent them out on a patrol or a hunting mission. Fireheart had stayed alert, looking for a chance to talk with Bluestar alone. But when he wasn't one of Tigerclaw's missions, the ThunderClan leader always seemed to have her deputy at her side. Fireheart began to wash his paw, his eyes flicking around the camp, searching hopefully for Bluestar. What are you looking for? Meowed Graystripe through a tongue full of fur. Bluestar, Fireheart answered, lowering his paw. Why? Graystripe stopped washing and looked up at his friend. You've had one eye on her ever since our vigil. What are you planning to do? I have to tell her where Ravenpaw is and warn her about Tiger Claw, Fireheart meowed. You promised Ravenpaw you'd tell them he was dead. Graystripe sounded amazed. I only promised to tell Tiger Claw he was dead. Bluestar should know the whole story. She needs to know what her deputy is capable of. Graystripe lowered his voice to an urgent hiss. But we only have Ravenpaw's word that Tiger Claw killed Redtail. Don't you believe him? Fireheart couldn't help feeling shocked by his friend's doubts. Look, if Tiger Claw lied about killing Oakheart in revenge for Redtail's death, that means Redtail must have killed Oakheart himself, and I can't believe that Redtail would have deliberately killed another clan deputy in battle. It goes against warrior code. We fight to prove our strength and defend our territory, not to kill each other. But I'm not trying to make accusations against Redtail, Fireheart protested. It's Tiger Claw who is the problem. Redtail had been on the ThunderClan deputy before Tiger Claw. Fireheart had never met him, but he knew Redtail had been deeply respected by all of the clan. Graystripe didn't meet Fireheart's gaze. What are you saying? What you are saying has implications for Redtail's honor, and none of the other cats have a problem with Tiger Claw. It was only Ravenpaw who was scared of him. An uneasy shiver ran down Fireheart's spine. So you think Ravenpaw made up the story because he didn't get along with his mentor? He meowed scornfully. No, mumbled Graystripe. I just think we should be careful. Fireheart looked into his friend's worried eyes and began to wonder. He supposed Graystripe did have a point. They had been warriors for only a few days, so they were in no position to start hurling accusations at the clan's most senior warrior. It's okay, Fireheart meowed at last. You can stay out of it. A twinge of regret flickered in his belly as Graystripe nodded and returned to washing. Fireheart believed that Graystripe was wrong to think that it was only Ravenpaw who had a problem with Tiger Claw. Fireheart's own instincts told him that the ThunderClan deputy should not be trusted. He had to share his suspicions with Bluestar, for her safety and the safety of the clan. A glimpse of gray fur on the other side of the clearing told Fireheart that Bluestar had emerged from her den, alone. She just came back from the dead. I need a drink. One life down, yeah, -1 life, dude. She just jumped too high off the rock and was like, shit. What a way to lose a life, just like accidental like that. I can see it now, like, yo, I'm Stunt Star, and today I'm gonna jump off this mountain. Let's see if StarClan is with me today. He scrambled to his paws, but the ThunderClan leader leaped straight into the air and on top of High Rock and called to the clan. Fireheart lashed his tail impatiently. Graystripe's ears flicked excitedly as he heard Bluestar's call. A naming ceremony, he meowed. It must be Longtail getting his first apprentice. He's been dropping hints for days. He bounded over to join the cats gathering at the edge of the clearing, and still itching with frustration, Fireheart followed. A small black and white kit padded into the clearing. His soft paws made no sound on the hard earth. He walked toward High Rock with his pale eyes lowered, and Fireheart almost expected to see him tremble. There was something in the slope of this kit's shoulder that made him seem too young and timid to be an apprentice. Longtail won't be impressed. Fireheart thought, remembering Longtail's scorn when Fireheart had arrived at the camp for the first time. The warrior had taunted him viciously on his first day with the clan, mocking his kitty pet origins. Fireheart had disliked him ever since. From this day forward, Bluestar meowed, staring down at the kit. Until he has earned his warrior name, this apprentice will be called Swiftpaw. There was no flash of determination in the eyes of the black and white kit as he looked up at the leader. Instead, his amber eyes were wide with anxiety. Fireheart turned his head as Longtail padded toward his new apprentice. Bluestar spoke again. Longtail, you were Darkstripe's apprentice. He taught you well, and you have become a fierce and loyal warrior. I hope you will pass some of these qualities on to Swiftpaw. Fireheart searched Longtail's face for an expression of disdain as he looked down at Swiftpaw. But the warrior's eyes softened as he met his new apprentice's gaze, and gently the two clan cats touched noses. It's okay. You're doing fine, Longtail murmured encouragingly. Yeah, right, Fireheart thought bitterly. Just because he's clan-born, Longtail sure didn't welcome me like that. He glanced around the rest of the clan and felt a pang of resentment as they began to murmur congratulations to the new apprentice. What's up with you? Whispered Graystripe. That'll be us one day. Fireheart nodded, suddenly cheered by the thought of getting his own apprentice, and pushed away with his resentment. He was part of ThunderClan now, and surely that was all that mattered. The next night brought the full moon. Fireheart knew he would be looking forward to his first gathering as a warrior, but he was still determined to find a chance to tell Bluestar everything he knew about Tigerclaw, and the thought of it lay like a cold stone in his stomach. Have you got maggot gut or something? Meowed Graystripe beside him. You're pulling some very weird faces. Fireheart looked at his friend, wishing he could confide in him, but he'd promised to leave Graystripe out of it. I'm fine, he meowed. Come on, I hear Bluestar calling. The two cats trotted over to the group assembling in the clearing, and Bluestar dipped her head to acknowledge their arrival. Then she turned and led the cats out of the camp. Fireheart paused while the other cats scrambled past him up the steep trail that led into the forest above. This journey might give him just enough time to speak to Bluestar, and he wanted to gather his thoughts. Are you coming? Graystripe's voice called down. Yep. Firepaw flexed his powerful hind legs and began to leap from boulder to boulder, leaving the camp behind. At the top, he paused to catch his breath, his sides heaving. The forest stretched away before him. Beneath his paws, he could feel the crisp crackle of newly fallen leaves. Silver pelt glittered in the sky like morning dew scattered on black fur. Fireheart thought of his first journey to Fortrees with Tigerclaw and Lionheart. He felt a pang of sadness as he remembered Lionheart, Graystripe's mentor, the ThunderClan deputy between Redtail and Tigerclaw. He had been warm-hearted and a golden warrior. He'd been killed in battle, and Tigerclaw had taken his place. On Fireheart's first visit to Fortrees, Lionheart had taken the apprentices on a roundabout route, through the tall pines, past Sunning Rocks, and along the RiverClan border. Tonight, Bluestar would lead them straight through the heart of ThunderClan territory. Fireheart could see her already disappearing into the undergrowth, and he charged after the party of cats. Bluestar was at the front, next to Tigerclaw, Fireheart ignored Graystripe's surprised meow and caught up with the clan leader. Bluestar, he called, panting as he drew up beside her. May I talk to you? Bluestar glanced at him and nodded. Take the lead, Tigerclaw, she meowed. She let her pace slow, and Tigerclaw bounded past her. The other cats followed the dark tabby without question as he raced through the undergrowth. Bluestar and Fireheart dropped into a steady trot. Within a moment, they were alone. I'm just him now. The path emerged from the thick ferns into a small clearing. Bluestar leaped into a fallen tree and sat down, curling her tail over the front of her paws. What is it, Fireheart? She asked. Fireheart hesitated, suddenly struck by doubt. Bluestar was the cat who encouraged him to leave his kitty pet life and join the clan. Since then, she had trusted him time and time again, when all the other cats had questioned his loyalty to the clan, whose blood he didn't share. What would she say when Fireheart told her that he had lied about Ravenpaw? Speak, Bluestar ordered as the paw steps of other ThunderClan cats faded into the distance. Fireheart took a deep breath. Ravenpaw's not dead. Bluestar's tail twitched in surprise, but she listened silently as Fireheart continued. Graystripe and I took him to the Wind Clan's hunting grounds. I think he might have joined Barley. Barley was a loner, not a forest cat, but not a kitty pet either. He lived on a two-leg farm that lay on route to the High Stones, a sacred place for all cats in the forest. The ThunderClan leader stared past Fireheart into the depths of the forest. Fireheart searched her face anxiously, trying to read her expression. Was she angry? But he could see no anger in her wide blue eyes. After several long moments, Bluestar spoke. I am glad to hear that Ravenpaw is still alive. I hope he is happier living with Barley than he was in the forest. But he was born in the ThunderClan. Fireheart stammered, taken aback by the leader's calm acceptance of Ravenpaw's departure. That doesn't necessarily mean he was suited to clan life, Bluestar pointed out. After all, you aren't clan-born, yet you've become a fine warrior. Ravenpaw may find his true path elsewhere. But he didn't leave ThunderClan because he wanted to, Fireheart protested. It was impossible for him to stay. Impossible? Bluestar rested her gaze on him. What do you mean? Fireheart looked down to the ground. Well, Bluestar prompted. Fireheart's mouth was dry. Ravenpaw knew a secret about Tigerclaw, he croaked. I think Tigerclaw was planning to kill him, or else turn the clan against him. Bluestar's tail flicked from side to side, and Fireheart saw her shoulders stiffen. Why would you think that? What was this secret that Ravenpaw knew? Fireheart answered reluctantly, meeting her stern expression as boldly as he dared. That Tigerclaw killed Redtail in the battle with RiverClan. Redtail had been the ThunderClan deputy before Lionheart. Fireheart had never met him, but he knew Redtail had been deeply respected by all the clan. Bluestar's eyes narrowed. A warrior would never kill another of his own clan. Even you should know that. You've lived with us long enough. Fireheart recoiled at her words, flattening his ears. It was the second time tonight she referred to him as his kitty pet Roots. Bluestar went on. Tiger Claw reported that it was the River Clan's deputy, Oakhart, who killed Redtail. She meowed. Ravenpaw must be mistaken. Did he actually see Tiger Claw kill Redtail? Fireheart nervously flicked his tail, stirring the leaves behind him. He said he did. And you know that by saying this you are questioning Redtail's honor, because he must have been the cat that was responsible for Oakhart's death? One deputy would never kill another in battle, not if it could possibly be avoided, and Redtail was the most honorable warrior I have ever known. Blue Star's eyes clouded with pain, and Fireheart felt a pang of dismay that he should have heard a memory of her former deputy, even if unintentionally. I cannot account for Redtail's actions, he murmured. I only know that Ravenpaw truly believes Tiger Claw was responsible for Redtail's death. Blue Star sighed and relaxed her shoulders. We all know that Ravenpaw has had a vivid imagination. She meowed gently, her eyes sympathetic. He was badly injured in the battle, and he had left before the fighting was over. Can you be sure he didn't fill in the parts he'd missed? Before Fireheart could reply, a yowl echoed through the forest, and Tiger Claw bounded out of the undergrowth. His eyes flickered suspiciously over Fireheart for a moment before he addressed Blue Star. We're waiting for you at the border. Blue Star nodded. Tell them we'll be there in a moment. Tiger Claw dipped his head, turned, and raced back through the ferns. As Fireheart watched him disappear, Blue Star's words echoed in his mind. She was right. Ravenpaw did have a strong imagination. Fireheart remembered his first gathering, when apprentices from every clan had hung on to Ravenpaw's words as he described the battle with River Clan. And he hadn't mentioned Tiger Claw then. Fireheart jumped up as Blue Star stood. Are you going to bring Ravenpaw back to the clan? He asked, suddenly afraid that he had caused even more trouble for his friend. Blue Star gazed deep into Fireheart's eyes. He is probably happier where he is, she meowed quietly. For now, we will let the clan carry on believing he is dead. Fireheart stared back at her, his eyes wide with shock. Blue Star was going to lie to the clan. Tiger Claw is a great warrior, but he is very proud. Blue Star went on. It'll be easier for him to accept that his apprentice died in battle rather than ran away. And it would be better for Ravenpaw, too. Because Tiger Claw might go looking for him? Fireheart dared to ask. Was it possible that Blue Star believed him, even just a little bit? Blue Star shook her head with a flash of impatience. No. Tiger Claw might be ambitious, but he is not a murderer. Ravenpaw will be better remembered as a dead hero than a live coward. Tiger Claw's call sounded again, and Blue Star jumped down from the log and disappeared into the ferns. Fireheart cleared the tree trunk in one leap and raced after his leader. Boom. Chapter 1. Well, that completes everything in the first book, and now truly we are on to Fire and Ice. Ooh! What did you guys think? I feel like the writing was a little bit different that time, and it was a little bit easier to follow, so I kind of enjoyed that one. I'm excited to get into this book, because I think, you know, after the first book, the writer kind of gets... There's like multiple writers for Warrior Cats. Like Aaron Hunter is just a pen name of like a bunch of girlies who all write the books together. So there's a bunch of different styles. I think this one's definitely easier to read, which is much nicer. So I'm excited. Yeah. So I'm really excited because with the start of book 2, we'll be able to use our four trees backgrounds. Where are they? Ah, here they are. So we'll probably be starting off the next time with four trees for the clan cat meeting. And the routine is once each clan changes their hierarchy, they have to let all the other clan cats know. So they'll have to say like, hey, we have 2 new warriors, we have a new apprentice, AMA. AMA, you know, so, and it'll be interesting because Shadow Clan will be there and they're probably gonna have to talk about Broken Star running away and being a insane person and stuff, and they'll have a new leader. So, yeah. Good night, Alex. My voice is shot. You can probably hear it now. I'm a little raspy from trying to do all that. So I probably will end here, and after I end my own streams, I don't like to raid anybody because a lot of people are tucked in for these read-alongs, and they just do their own little meditation, and I don't want to jump scare them with, you know, anything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's reading. I had a lot of fun. I worked pretty hard. You know, I did my little, it even says book 1. I did my little reading. I love all the assets I made for my little stage play. I'm taking a bow. Yes. Yes, thank you guys for coming. Thank you. I'm gonna have to draw up a book 2 for us, which I'm excited about. Yeah, I based it kind of off of my own vibes, and like I themed it based on like when I read Warrior Cats for the first time. I was a young kid. I was like 13ish, so this was probably what I would have drawn. Anime weeb 13-year-old fireball. So yeah, if you guys want to follow along, I'll make sure to announce when we'll be starting officially book 2, and we'll be able to use my little stage again. And if you guys have a request for any assets you'd like to see, Melly is interested in like making more art for us. We just wanted to get these guys done as our first take. I think I'm gonna maybe ask for a blue star. I think that would be really nice, is to get a blue star one, because she is kind of a major character as well with Gray Stripe. We can maybe get a Tiger Claw too. Maybe that'll be second update. Tiger Claw and Blue Star to accompany our Fireheart and Gray Stripe. I'm still like getting, oh yeah, and White Storm. You guys want a White Storm one? Yeah. Oh, it's hard. I just wish I could do the whole clan. I'd love to do a... we're gonna get a little bit more of Dustpaw and Sandpaw in this book too. I knew it. I loved their like shady ass like meh. Whatever, you guys suck. They're pretty good, so you'll get to, and of course there's the hinting. I don't know which book it happens in, but you know, maybe these guys are gonna get their own apprentices. Maybe we'll have some new characters to say hi to. Oh, Yellow Fang might be a good one too. But anyway, thank you guys for supporting me on the read through. Thank you for appreciating it. Thanks for appreciating the vibes. Thank you to everybody who drew our photo. I'm gonna keep up the lobby if anybody wants to finish their beautiful art. Irving is making a just absolutely delightful photo still, and I thank you so much for that. Thank you everybody who contributed. I will post the finished drawing tomorrow for chat to see in Discord when everybody's nice and done with it. Thank you for chilling. Thanks for a really cozy Wednesday. Thank you guys. I'll next stream we're probably gonna do some more Cookies Bustle, I think. So I still really want to finish Cookies Bustle. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's not gonna be the day we do Witch Hat Atelier, because I still really want to watch Witch Hat Atelier on stream, and we got to do it before Sunday because Sunday's the new episode. So sometime this weekend, Friday, Saturday, we're gonna do Cookies Bustle on stream and watch some anime in Discord. So thank you guys, and have a great night. I'm gonna go make some soup or something. Yeah, there's two episodes of Witch Hat already. Yeah, and we gotta finish One Piece live action. My tummy is rumbling. Right at that last chapter, my tummy rumbled so loud, I think it got picked up on the mic. I was so embarrassed. I was like, okay, maybe no more ASMR, because I'm being so quiet that you can hear my tummy rumble. Okay, good night, you guys. Yo, we did it, book one, woo! I'm still so proud of this, honestly. I love it. It's so cool. I can't wait. In the next episode, Fireheart and Greystripe will attend their first ever clan gathering as brand new warriors. Tigerclaw tried to cook against Ravenpaw, but he's safe. But will Blue Star believe his lies? More in the next episode. Oh man, really quick before I end too. More pictures from the comic that I told you looked really cool. This one is so cool. If this doesn't push you guys to want to read, dude, look at this scene where they defeated Broken Star. Look at that, dude. Look how creepy he is. So creepy. They get pretty. It's pretty gory though, the comic. So just so you know, if you're a little afraid of seeing like animal death and like maiming and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good night for real now. Good night for real, everybody. Good night.